So I literally just posted on my stories up above. I'm like, yeah, and I'm going to be swimming in the pool tomorrow. And then Steve was like, I don't think you are. I think it's empty. I have been at Mapperton for almost 20 years. I have never seen the pool empty. And so clearly I'm not swimming. So Steve, I'm going to come down and you're going to tell me what is happening because I have no idea. Yeah, right? So do I just, I can come on in?
Yeah.
I'm used to, okay, so I go backwards, right?
Yep,
it's like,
if you just turn on
yeah, okay. All right, so I'm down at the bottom. This has literally made my whole 20 years of being at Mapperton right now. I'm so excited. Okay, so Steve, many of you guys know, is our head gardener, and you're also going to get to know him a lot more because he will be doing a lot of the garden tours with my mother-in-law. He is the real expert here as far as Mapperton, the gardens go. And by the way, his Instagram is outstanding, so do check out his Instagram. But Steve, tell me, what is happening?
Well, every year in theory, we empty this and clean it. But of course, last year it didn't get done.
Right.
Because obviously of the pandemic and things like that. So it's where we've had 2 years worth of mud in here.
And I've been swimming in that mud.
You have been swimming in the mud, yes. Well, also, you know, it's full of newts, it's full of frogs.
I swim with them.
Yeah. There's actually a newt heading towards us now. Actually,
Oh, there is, yes.
Which is fun. So,
okay, we'll get that on camera so everybody can see what I swim with. Right.
So yeah, so every year we drain it, we get rid of all the mud, we pressure wash the sides, and it stays clean for a week or so.
Right.
Then it starts to fill up with wildlife and mud again.
And mud again.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. Okay, so I have a couple questions here. Number one, how long did it take it to drain?
Well, I had a grand plan for this because we're closed on a Friday, and so I wanted to clean this out on a Friday. And of course, today it's Thursday.
Yep.
So I pulled out the plug yesterday afternoon because I thought it would take quite a long time to drain. It didn't. It drained in about 3 hours.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
where's the plug? What plug?
Oh, there's a plug at the other end.
Okay, can we go see that?
Of course.
Oh my goodness. So you literally pull the plug.
Yeah. So,
And where does the water go?
well,
I'm gonna
interestingly, it actually goes under the other pool and out into the stream beyond.
Under the other, so the what do we call that other pool? Just so I get it technically
the
right.
lily pool.
The lily pool.
Yes.
Goes under there,
Yep.
and then it goes into the stream.
Yes.
I see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And so literally,
Okay,
the plug at the top is the first one we pull, this one.
right.
And that's attached to a really long pole.
Yeah.
And so we fish out the pole, turn the sort of tap, pull it out, and it all drains
And that's it.
through there.
And it drains through there.
Yeah.
So this is what I was I mean, sometimes
Oh, yeah.
when the water levels would get really low, I would be able to touch the bottom, but you can see it's quite a deep pool.
It is a deep pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so can you remind everybody because it was Victor who built this. No, was it Ethel?
Well, no, it wasn't. We know that the pools were here prior to 1860.
Oh, okay. Don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me. So the pools were here prior to 1860.
Yeah, so the only historic map we have is from 1860 of the gardens, and the pools were there then.
And the pools were there then.
I think that probably Mrs. Labouchere in the 20s restored the pools and probably formalised them a bit.
Right, okay.
And she was the one who added the topiary as well.
Right. So you guys will be getting a lot more about obviously the Mapperton Gardens and the history behind it. But it really was Mrs. Labouchere who designed, if you like, is that right? The Italianate Gardens?
Absolutely. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm still learning. And then, so these pools were prior to that. Interesting.
They were. And also, in the 1860s map, there was an orchard on the bank over sort of on that side, and then vegetable plots on this side.
No.
Which is really strange because obviously there was a garden up in the formal garden prior to Mrs. Labouchere. There was a rose garden at some point, but there were other things before.
Okay.
So you would have looked down from there into basically a productive space.
Right?
with formal pools, which is quite odd.
Well, I agree. It is quite odd. I mean, it's much better as it is right now, thanks to Steve and his team and all the hard work you do. Okay, so next step is, my next question is, so what happens next? Because we've got mud here and everything.
We've got mud, yeah. Well, we've got a lot less mud than we had, actually. This morning we had about 4 inches of mud through the whole thing.
Right. So what have you been doing? Like
we sort of scoop the mud down to this end, and the water kind of carries it away.
And what is this thing?
It's a scraper that they use to scrape out cow dung.
Oh, okay. Okay, you've got nets here. You've got everything set up.
Yeah. I've got just about everything to
do this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is once this all goes away, then what's the next step?
So the next step is I'll pressure wash all the sides and get rid of all this algae and muck.
Right. Oh, that's great.
The base as well. And so then it'll all be very clean.
Very clean for a while, and then all of a sudden more like frogs and toads and newts will come back.
There's actually a lot of newts hiding in that pondweed over there, and I'm leaving them in there until I'm ready to move them because I don't want them to get hot.
Okay. Oh, that's very kind of you. Nestor would appreciate that. Okay, last question. Yep. Last question as we walk back. So exciting. Is how long will it take to fill up, and how do you fill it up?
Well, that's a very good question because it fills in from a spring, and it's been very dry here for a couple of weeks.
Right.
So our flow into here is quite slow.
Right.
So it might take quite some time.
Okay, but
certainly days.
Is it that thing that fills it?
That's it, I'm afraid.
Okay, so that's going to take like a week.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting to see. So it's a lot. It's a lot slower to fill than it was to drain.
Oh well, yeah. This is fascinating. How is it, Steve, that I have been here, and I'm asking, this is like a rhetorical question, because Steve will not be able to answer this, nor will I, but isn't it, I've been here for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this happened. I've never seen, I mean, granted, I've only started swimming in this.
Yeah.
You know, since the pandemic, right prior to just before the pandemic. This, by the way, as many of you know, like going to swim in this pool throughout the pandemic is something that has definitely helped keep me sane and energized throughout. So I have this real attachment to this pool. So I think I think I'm answering my own question. The reason I didn't know about this is because I wasn't involved. I had no attachment to this pool, but now I do. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Next year, Steve, next year what I want to do, now that I know this happens.
You've got to pull the plug.
Yeah, I want to pull the plug and I want to help you clean it.
Lovely,
So I really do want to, next year, I'm not going to be in this dress.
Probably not.
No, or these shoes, and I'm going to pull the plug and I'm going to clean this with you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, you have, I mean, listen, I'm a girl of good on her word. So, oh my gosh, thank you. This is literally, everybody, made my week.
If you are enjoying this episode, please consider supporting this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at mappertonlive.com.
Okay, we are here, and it's been transformed since I was here yesterday with Steve. So as you guys know, Steve has given you all of the historical information, which was very new to me. And I'm with Landa here today, and you are power washing, is that right?
Pressure washing, yeah.
Pressure washing. Pressure washing. Okay, so I can already see you're almost done, is that right? You've taken off all of the algae. You say algae. Yep. I actually do say algae, but I figured if I'm in the presence of an Englishman, I better say algae the right way. So what have you've been power washing all along, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yep. And it looks great.
It's a lot cleaner.
It's a lot cleaner, yeah? And how long has this taken you so far?
About 5 hours so far.
5 hours. And I can see kind of what you've got left. It looks like you've got much less than a quarter left. Is that right?
Yeah, it's in the end.
Okay, so my question to you is, well, we were having this discussion beforehand. we've realized this is much longer than an Olympic-sized pool, right? We've agreed on that. Much longer than an Olympic-sized pool. Do we know how much longer?
It's about 40 meters.
So to me, being the American, even when I hear meters, I'm like, I can't quite compute that yet. But I think that's got to be, there's like 3 feet to a meter. So like 3'3", so it's definitely over 120 feet, probably 130 feet. Steven's saying 130 feet. Anyway, it's big.
Yeah.
All right, so what I want to ask is, can I not power wash? Can I pressure wash?
Yeah.
Can I have a little go?
Yeah.
Okay, is it scary? Is it going to get me wet?
It might. It
Okay.
might.
Okay.
You do
All
it
right.
right.
Okay, and can I borrow your, is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you're going to show me how to do it, Landa, because I'm clueless. Okay, what's this thing doing?
That's the reservoir.
Oh, that's from the, oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So do I just point and fire? Am I pointing and firing?
Come at an angle. Come at
Come
an
at an
angle, or
angle.
it'll come straight back at you.
Oh, okay. So if I don't go at an angle, okay. So do you want to show me quickly? Do you want to put your ear guards on first?
I'm
Or do
going to
you-
go quickly. Just
okay,
go quickly.
you'll do it quick. Okay. Okay, Landa's going to show me how to do this. Okay. Okay. And do I squeeze
Okay.
this?
No, it's all tied up.
Okay. Okay. Good. I'm getting all this stuff off. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Okay, this is like a lot of work. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm gonna head back. There you go. Okay, there you go. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, that was like literally, how long did I do that for? 3 minutes? And I'm exhausted. Okay, I am exhausted, and that was 3 minutes. You've been out here for 5 hours.
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of and a cup of tea. Okay, I need a cup of tea after 3 minutes. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay. So well, I hope what are you going to have after you finish? Are you going to have like a beer?
Probably.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because you can't just have a cup of tea after you finish this. You need to have.
It's more than tea.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to have? I mean, you could bring your beer in the middle of the pool. Steve could come down. I could come, and we could all cheers this. Should we do that? What time do we think this is going to?
Oh, I don't know about, what do you think? 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I finished teaching yoga at 3. So should I bring down some drinks at like 4? Yeah? That's okay, it's Friday.
Yeah.
You're allowed, right? Okay. So what do you guys want? Do you want the Montague Cuvée? Yeah, should we whip open a little bit of bottle and have a little, or do you want beers?
I think beer.
Beer? Okay, we'll do beer. Or cider.
Cider, yeah.
So, okay, I was
It's a
thinking you might be
working man's drink.
a working man's drink. Cider for you, Steve. Beer, and I'll do a beer too. Okay, so we're gonna celebrate this because this is, wow, quite the feat. Absolutely. All right, thanks, Linda. I'll give these back to you. And we'll be back at 4 o'clock. All right, this is it. This is I mean, can you believe it? I'm in the bottom of the pool. All right, Steve and Landa are here. Huge congratulations. We are toasting to the both of you and to this wonderful, extraordinary pool that you have cleaned up. Not only because it needed to be cleaned, but to help, I don't know, because I swim in here, to make my swims a little bit cleaner.
Thank you.
Okay, so take your pick. Oh, wait, Landa, there's a cider for you.
Oh, thank you.
And then Steve, I brought, yeah, true. I wanted to I brought the Italian beer for me because I brought a couple just in case you wanted one because, you know, my love of Italy. But I did get you some English ones. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to stick this here. That's okay because this can be wet because it's waterproof. And I've got bottle opener. Okay, Lando, here we go.
Service.
Yeah, of course.
Cheers.
There we are. I didn't bring cups because I don't even use a cup when I drink beer.
We don't need cups.
Yeah, we don't need cups, right?
Thank you.
So we're gonna do a toast. I'm gonna do my Italian. There we go. Okay, toasting to this pool and toasting to both of you.
Cheers.
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 Amazing. Oh my gosh. Bottoms up. So we're going to continue to enjoy our beers in the sun in the bottom of the pool here at Mapperton. All right, this is it, everybody. It's been 1 week since we started filling up the pool from that little trickle down there, and I can't wait any longer. It's not up to the level that it needs to get up to, but you know, I'm a week out of practice of my cold water immersion therapy, and I must get in. And plus, the pool is clear. This is the first time I think I've ever been able to see the bottom of the pool. And I'm now going to be able to stand in it and touch it, and it won't be as muddy, slimy as it was in the past. So here we go, 2 minutes of my dip. This will be freezing cold water. And I'll just point out these new steps that I made sure that my husband put in. He tried to do cold water immersion therapy with me, and it was too cold for him, and he jumped out and broke the steps. So I told him when we were putting the water in and it was drained, I said, I want all new steps all around, and he's done that for me. So thank you to my husband. Here I go. Oh, it's cold. Whoa. Okay, so I'm touching the bottom. I mean, this isn't as dramatic as it usually is. A, I'm used to it, but B, I gotta get it, like you have to, the thing about cold water immersion, like therapy, is that you have to get it like above your shoulders or it's just like not gonna work. So I'm gonna get it, it's like so much easier when I can just like dunk in. But I'm not gonna run out like my husband did and break another step. So I'm gonna get in 5, in 4, and in 3, and in 2, and here we go, everybody. I'm gonna go below the shoulders and swim. This is the bit you gotta breathe. Because when it goes, even though I can touch the bottom, I gotta get it below my shoulders, or over my shoulders, I should say. And it's cold. It's bringing back all those memories of going in here nearly daily over 3 lockdowns. And, but I'll tell you what, now I'm getting used to it. I'll tell you what, the bottom feels amazing. I mean, it's like not slimy. So I was basically over lockdown swimming in 2 years, because it was 2 years, as you all know, until we cleaned this pool, because we didn't do it over lockdown. So think of all that was the lovely algae and mud that was built up. So now all of a sudden my body's getting used to it, and what happens is when you stay in here for those 2 minutes, weirdly, because your body's reacting to the freezing cold, but not weirdly, but extraordinarily, because your body's so clever, is that it almost feels like there's a hot ring around you. So it turns into this hot, like I feel like I'm almost like on fire right now. So I feel like I'm not quite, but almost on fire. And then it makes it much easier. So you can see my breathing, and you definitely have to breathe, has become much more easy. So what do we think? Do we think it's been
2 minutes?
2 minutes?
Yeah.
I think it's been 2 minutes, and that's it. It's almost like you don't have to, once you start to feel like, okay, this feels okay, you know that it's done its trick. But I will say, it's so nice to touch the bottom and know that it's clean. Those are my 2 minutes. Nice coming up on new steps that aren't cracked and broken. And now I feel energized, alive, awake, and all of those wonderful feelings that cold water immersion therapy gives to you. But now it's time for a hot bath. I want to show you that I can no longer swim in the pool, which is rather upsetting.
You want to show me or you want to show the viewers?
I want to show you and I want to show the viewers as well that
Okay.
we can't.
Julie's not happy.
No, I can't swim in here. So many of you have watched the video that kind of went viral of us draining and cleaning the pool so that I could, you know, swim in it. And I don't mind swimming with frogs. I don't mind swimming with newts. But this...
Snakes, water snakes.
Okay, there aren't any water snakes here, but, so don't even
Grass
try
snakes.
to... No, okay, I'm not even going to go there.
I acknowledge that there is a problem with the pool.
Big
And,
problem,
the
big.
problem with the pool, shall I explain it to you? Do you understand
Yeah,
it? or do
no,
you want
I
me to
don't
explain
understand.
to you? Okay,
All I
so-
know is that I just can't swim in this now, and it's rather upsetting. So what
so
are we? How are we going to
Julie-
fix it?
Julie tried to clean the pool, but she didn't do a good enough job.
It's not.
And because she didn't do a good enough job,
That's
lots
so
of
not
weed
true.
got through and was
That's
able
so
to
not true.
thrive and
I'm
grow.
gonna throw you in. Tell everybody
'cause
that's
you're the
wrong.
one-
That is so
Okay,
wrong.
no, that's not quite true. So,
right.
so
It's not quite. That's just not true.
might have made a bit of a difference though. But the bottom line is that the pool has some leaks. It has some cracks in the bottom, and because it has cracks in the bottom, the water is draining away. And actually cleaning the pool with the pressure washer, according to my conversation with Steve, has made the problem worse because the pressure washer tore away at the small cracks and turned them into big cracks through which the water is going.
Right.
And as a result, the pool is draining. But not only that, because the pool is draining so fast, we have to put the water that comes in the inflow over there on full. And that brings in lots of nutrients from the countryside, which is feeding all of the algae that is growing here, which always grows a little bit in the summer, but this year it's gone absolutely
No, this
over
is
the
like-
top. This is a forest.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
This is an
this
algae
is- this-
forest.
This is not a pool. This is a soup. There are new life forms
Yeah.
growing in there at the moment that are about to start walking out. And
I've never seen it like this.
yeah, it's
Ever.
bad, isn't it?
It is
so,
bad.
But are you saying you don't want to swim in that?
No, well, I'm saying I'm not going to swim in that now. I need an alternative place to swim, obviously. But how are you going to fix this?
So the first thing is we're not going to involve you in the cleaning next year because what we're going to
I'm
do
fired.
is to drain it completely, and then we're going to patch up the various leaks. And then we're going to let them settle, and then when we fill it up the next time, we think that without the leaks, the pool should stand a chance of filling properly. And in fact, this is actually quite serious because we have people coming to see the gardens, and occasionally we've had people who've said, well, I've paid my money to come and see the gardens, and they're wonderful gardens, but they are rather let down by the algae in the pool. I don't think we can really argue with that, can we?
No, I mean, unless you want to have me as a permanent fixture here swimming in it. And,
Well, they
you
might
know,
pay
and
just to
then-
come and see that, you think?
Exactly,
Okay,
that's
well,
what I
that's-
was thinking.
yeah, okay, that's
and
an
we get
alternative.
really good TripAdvisor.
So-
Like
so-
there was a crazy lady swimming in the soup,
So
in the
I-
algae soup.
So I think that that next year we will see something quite different. And then the other part of this is that we used to have a filter system.
Yes.
So lots of people watched the video before and thought, get a filter system, put some chlorine in it. And indeed, we used to have that.
But we're not going to use chlorine.
But no, we won't use chlorine. But we do have a filter system, but the whole thing seized up one year. So this year, we're going to hopefully invest in fixing all of that and bringing this pool back.
Okay.
Not just so that you can swim in it, but
Well,
so that I
okay.
can swim in it and the
Okay,
kids can
okay.
swim in it. And maybe we'll have an open swimming day
He
for the
does
public
not
to
swim
come
in it.
and
He
swim
tried
in the pool.
swimming
No,
in
no,
it
I have had,
over lockdown
I've had
and
some
broke
great.
and broke the steps.
no,
That's
the
why there's
step-
new
no, no,
steps.
they were totally
No,
rotten.
no, that's because
They
it was
were
too cold for
entirely-
you. You went in and you jumped out and you basically
Right,
broke all
right,
of the steps.
right.
And then you saw me
It's
staying
important-
in,
it's
and then you
important
decided
to
to jump out of the next
Tell
ladder.
the truth
and
to the
all of
viewers because
those-
they will
that-
see through things
That is the
are
truth.
clearly
You can't
embellishments.
handle the cold.
Embellishments.
That is the
right,
truth.
Anyway, so you're not swimming here today, but you've got another plan.
I have another plan, and the plan is to go swim in Queen Elizabeth's Bath.
So Julie, instead of this primordial soup of a pool today, is going to switch it out for the crystal clear waters of what we call Queen Elizabeth's Bath, which is over up in the main garden there.
That's right.
And the only thing I've heard about that is that sometimes it's still iced over in the summer, which
Oh,
is so cold.
great.
You looking forward to that?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
want. It's just 2 minutes,
let's
and
go
I'm
give it a go.
representing your country today.
Oh, you are? What, there's going to be a swimming
Well, 'cause
race,
you've had a
is there?
really- you've had a good-
I'm not going in, by the way.
You've
so-
had a really good run at the Olympics in the pool.
Oh, I see.
So I can't
So
remember his name. Adam Peaty, I
You're
think.
flying the flag.
Did
Well,
really
he's
well.
hugely famous, and,
Okay.
and yeah.
Sorry.
So
Probably not quite as famous as Michael Phelps,
Yeah,
but
no,
okay.
no, really just as famous.
Sorry, that would be from my country, America. Okay,
We'll pick up over there.
okay. So we're heading to Queen Elizabeth's bath, which many of you have seen before because it was on the episode we did about secret places. And we went down there. It did look a little bit, I mean, it looked clean, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy that as an alternative to that soup algae there. So it's clean, isn't it? Because the water comes from where?
So Queen Elizabeth's bath is not really Queen Elizabeth's bath.
Oh,
It's a cistern or a tank that is used to store water. We think originally it may even have been part of the system that allowed for a mill, because apparently where the summer house was, there was once a water mill, which is
Right,
a rather
right.
extraordinary thing to think about. And you've got this huge retaining wall here. Anyway, nobody really knows. But what we
there's
do
a
know
bath. It's got
is that
steps.
neither Queen Elizabeth I nor Queen Elizabeth II have ever swum.
how do you know?
in
How
this
do you know that
bath.
Queen Elizabeth
So you're
I
the first.
didn't?
You're the first
How
queen.
do you know?
Julie is the first queen to swim in the bath. So
That's
from,
right.
From
How do
today
you-
onwards, we will call it Queen Julie's bath. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it,
You
but
can call it American
that's okay.
Viscountess's bath.
But anyway,
No, I've got to head this way quickly. I just remembered. I just spotted the fountain court, and there's a nettle in the middle of it, and apparently this is quite deep. And I told Steve that I would go and pick it.
There's a nettle right in the middle of my fountain there, which is really irritating.
Because I was going to offer to like swim in there.
Wow, oh,
and
that's
pull-
true. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
could.
I could.
You absolutely could, couldn't you?
I found a job on the gardening team. I found a job. I found a job.
Perfect.
so what you're saying is that you're actually going to get into this pond, because this definitely is not a pool. This is a
I
pond.
don't think it's a
Has
pond.
fish in it,
Okay.
and tadpoles
It's
and
like a
frogs.
big aquarium.
And you're getting in there to pluck
Yes.
one nettle.
Yeah, Steve says it's very
Oh my
deep.
goodness. So he's saying,
Well, I
He's
just
saying,
sort of
Julie-
offered it up.
you, you look like the kind of person,
Well, no, because he knows I go for my swim.
so he thought maybe
So
you
he
could
just
go here.
thought I could go. Do you see that
Yeah.
nettle right there? And it
So
really
look
bothers
at that.
him.
Well, it's not just one nettle, is it? Because actually
Oh.
there's two
How many-
nettles. And have you brought some gloves as well? Because
No.
it might be that you're going to need.
No, I didn't. But will the water de-sting it? Since there's water from the fountain.
I don't know. That is an interesting scientific question. We can do the experiment today, because you can go in
Oh my gosh.
and pluck it, and the answer will come to us.
This is super deep, I think.
Okay. Well,
Are you nervous for me? I'm kind of nervous for me.
I'm not really nervous for you. I'm nervous for the fish. So
Okay.
in you get. Come on. No. You
There's like,
got to get it. There's little tadpoles. There's water boatmen on the surface, and there
Okay.
are nettles. And if you don't,
boatmen.
water boatmen are the things that skate across the top.
I don't know why I'm nervous today.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very brave.
Right.
People
What
must,
about- what's
people
the
must think
flooring
she's
like?
absolutely
Should I keep my flip-flops
mad.
on? Probably.
No.
Why not?
No, because apparently there's a really mineral-rich sludge at the bottom that is
What?
really good for toes.
No. I'm
It's
going
true.
to keep them on.
It's true. Yeah,
I'm-
you
don't
can
you
pull,
think I should keep these
pull
on?
some of it up. People
Stop
spend
it, just-
thousands
Yeah, I don't
to
even
have this
believe
mud.
you
So
anymore.
just put it on your
Stop
face and your body.
Can I keep this on? Can I?
No,
should I
because you'll
keep this
lose
on?
them. They'll get stuck at the bottom.
How do you know?
'Cause, come on, I just.
I mean,
'cause
he's so
we-
bossy.
Right.
You're
come
not
on.
going into this.
And you get. Well, I know, but you
Okay.
know, it's one of your things. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I think though, before you get in,
What?
you
I'm
should
in.
you should just do a circle, just to prove that it's swimmable.
No.
Otherwise, you can't say that you've
Oh
swum.
my God, it's super deep. What's underneath here? Get my flip-flops back on. Get the flip-flops back on.
You can't
Just
tread in the
don't-
flip
Yes, I can.
because you've got to swim.
No,
and they'll
I'm
come
not
off.
going to swim in this. I'm walking to this. I'm getting, no.
I think she should
No,
do
I don't like
do a
what I just
circle.
felt on my feet. I'm getting these on.
Well, did it have teeth?
Something was a little bit,
Did it have teeth?
well, no.
No. Okay.
I don't know.
It was high mineral content sludge, which is
Okay, much better. I feel
incredibly
much
good.
better.
This is a really, really expensive spa treatment that Julie's taking here.
You're not even
Just
funny.
have a
No
little
one is
swim.
in the-
Have a
even
little
ever thinks
have a
that you're
little swim
funny.
round. Have a little swim
I'm
round.
gonna swim around. I'm going to pick the nettle. I told him I'd
You
pick
can.
the
It's
nettle.
delicious water as well. You could drink.
You're not funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying. Yeah, if you go for the root, they're not so stingy.
Okay, Steve's
Right.
super proud of me.
Hooray.
That is route 1.
Route 1.
No,
Oh,
ow! You just stunned me!
because
You
it
just
broke.
stunned me.
It collapsed on top of you.
Okay, where's the other one?
So I think we've proven the point, haven't we, that
Where's the other nettle?
that
This
even a nettle that's been doused in water still stings.
this the other nettle?
People wanted to know
I
that.
kinda wanna get
'cause
out of
you,
here. Is
you,
this the
you
other
raised
nettle?
the question.
Is
Okay.
this the other nettle? Is anybody listening?
Yeah, that's
What
the other
is
nettle,
this?
but you've got to go right to the root. So come on, get your hand underneath, find out where the stem is, and give it a hard yank. And don't pull off too much. Oh, look, there's quite a few other bits there. Oh, look, that's quite good. You've done that.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'll try
I'm
not,
outta
I'll
here.
try
I'm
not to
outta
sting
here.
you with that one. No, there's more roots. Look at the one sticking out.
What?
There's
That's
two.
gnat.
That's nettle.
What?
It is. It looks really ugly. We're trying to improve appearances here.
Here.
And there's another one.
No, I'm done.
No, that wasn't a nettle. That was a stick. But here, do you want a hand? No. Right, hooray! Well done, Julie.
Your commentary is so bad,
Okay.
isn't it? So bad.
Okay.
Ugh, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you succeeded. That's the main thing. It's all
Okay.
about
I did.
the end.
That's true. But I succeeded not being stung, apart from you. There you go.
It wasn't
really,
deliberate.
It's super stingy. Let's see. So,
Let me have a look at this sting.
yeah, it's right there. You can see it.
There is no
there-
sign of a sting.
Okay, that is Claire. There was a sting there, wasn't there?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Claire?
Okay,
Stephen, what do you think?
it's there.
You're
You're
with Claire, are you?
Okay,
Wait, there's a question of liability. Well, it wasn't my fault. The nettle just flicked itself over, didn't it? The wrong moment. There's no encouragement. Right.
right.
So
Okay.
these are lethal steps. So if we actually make it down here in one piece, that will be something.
Okay, I think we should go like, like how you ski,
And
you
Claire
go
and Stephen
sideways.
need to be extra careful.
Sidestep.
Sidestepping.
I think sidestepping
You're giving
is
us
the
a
way.
skiing lesson as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something just,
Skiing lesson and a swimming lesson.
okay. Super
And
careful,
as we
everybody.
get further down, it gets damper and darker.
Okay.
It's not really good with sliders or flip-flops
No, it's not.
as footwear.
That's why I'm holding onto this, okay?
That's why, yeah. So we think that this
So is this like good water to swim
this
in?
headstone up here is absolutely enormous. Probably weighs a couple of tons.
This?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
It's a single piece of stone, and it might be 400 years old, or at least
Yeah.
300 years
So
old.
I'm saying Queen Elizabeth I swam here. 100%.
Well, actually, she's a bit older than that.
Okay, I mean, it looks all right. It looks clean. I mean, definitely cleaner than, obviously, that algae pool. Okay, so I'm going to put my hat on, just in case.
And
Yeah.
your hat is
Well,
a
no-
tribute to Adam Peaty,
To,
who has just won his
wait,
second
hold on, wait,
one.
sorry.
That's not going very well, is it?
It's a bit
I don't think hair
staticky.
clips work very
No,
well.
I know, that's why I took it
Yeah,
off, okay?
Anyway, so Adam Peaty just won his second 100-meter breaststroke,
Can you hold my
and
goggles?
he holds the Olympic record.
Just the goggles.
So I've worked out something which I
Uh-huh.
thought might interest you,
Okay.
which is that this pool is about 3 meters long, and Adam Peaty swims at about 1.5 meters per second. So he could swim the length of this pool in 2 seconds.
That's great.
So I thought that once you've got in there, we could just get you to do a couple of lengths and see whether you can come close to Adam Peaty's
Okay.
1.5 meters per second. I'll time you.
I didn't hear a word you
Yeah,
said.
you're basically doing
You
a swimming
said-
race. A couple of fast laps.
For 2
and
minutes.
I'm
I'm just
going
going
to
to
time
turn you off by
I'm gonna
putting
time
my
you.
cap over my ears.
She doesn't want to hear me anymore.
No, I'm just like,
I thought this
you're
was a good plan.
silent.
I'm sure that viewers would enjoy watching you.
I can't hear you now.
Right,
Super
okay.
can't hear you.
I've been cancelled by my wife.
That's right, okay. Just
Okay.
in case. I want to look underneath.
Okay, right. Well, you got all the gear.
Well, just in case
You've
I want to
you've
look
got the Great
underneath.
Britain hat. You got the goggles. You look
I think
like an
Olympic
Olympic swimmer.
I don't
So let's go for
think
it.
so, but thank you.
Okay, come on,
Okay.
in you go.
Okay, here, hold my
I'll
towel.
hold your towel.
Now, should I, okay, I'm just going to look at my flip-flops. Oh, no. Okay, no. Okay. Did you just see what I just happened there? There's a lot of,
Expensive mineral salts
what is that?
that are really going to help your
What is
skin.
that?
It's just minerals.
That is not minerals.
It is minerals.
That
Honestly,
not minerals.
we should be getting some spoons and jars and packaging this stuff up.
Can somebody mute him? Ah! What is that? That was weird. Okay, that's weird.
Did it have teeth?
I don't know.
Who?
I need a stick.
Who?
Just give me a
There
stick.
is no stick. There's
Can
no
I
stick.
use you as
No,
my
no,
stick?
there's no stick. There's no stick. You've just got to do it, okay? And you've just got to swim. No, you can't throw a stone in there. That'll disturb the sediment.
Okay.
It's important sediment. Look, actually, you can see down there's like a tsunami of sediment reaching its way across the pool. That's going to vanish, obviously. Yeah, I mean, what?
Okay, wait.
There it is. It's sitting.
It's
sitting. I can see that stone.
okay.
So there is a maximum of 1 inch of sediment. Okay?
No, sinking. Sink my feet. It's super. Over there, it's super deep. Like my foot went all the way up to there.
Yeah.
Of sediment.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to go down forever.
Would you want me to just?
I want you just to swim. I think you're going to be fine. I mean, between here and there may be like 100 foot of quicksand silt.
What if something comes out from underneath?
Yeah, what if it does? There's some really good there's some really good acting going on here.
No, get me out. Get me out! Get me out! Oh my God!
You just need to lift your leg up a bit more. Come on, you're a yogi. Look at that expensive mud.
Get it out!
Some lovely mud there. Some really good, that really is valuable mud. I was just joking before, but actually you can see. Look at that. Look at this stuff here. On here.
Never.
This is
This is not valuable mud. You guys?
This is packageable.
This was like.
Look at it. Look at the sludge there. Look, sweetie.
I know what it is. I stepped in it.
It's got her toe print on it.
Oh my God, you guys! It kept. What's that floating there? What's that floating there? It kept. My leg kept sinking in. Give me the towel. Give me the towel.
Oh my goodness. Oh God. Here. Wait. Oh.
Something's on my foot! It is! I'm out of here! Oh my God! Get me out of here! Get me out. Literally is the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Oh dear. Do you think there was a creature?
I don't know.
Do you think something,
Never
grabbed your toe?
Again. Never again. It went.
Wait,
I kept sinking.
I've had an idea.
I had an idea. Actually being. I thought I was being
you
sucked
spent
in.
all this time cleaning that pool. And what we should really do is drain and clean this pool. Drain and clean this pool. And then we can try again next year. Is that happening?
No.
It's not happening?
No. I gotta go take a bath. Oh my gosh.
It's not happening.
That was
She's not coming back.
literally awful.
I think this is valuable mud.
Awful.
So in one of the episodes of Mapperton Live, we had Julie looking at the pool here and helping out with a bit of cleaning and draining. And we had a phenomenal number of people watch that video. Something like 1.2 million.
No, we're up to like 1.3 million.
1.3 million views. Who would have thought that so many people would be interested
in that?
In an old mucky pool?
Look at that. That's what I used to swim in. And then I cleaned it and I ruined it.
Yeah,
basically.
the draining and cleaning definitely didn't work. Ooh. So the question has been, what can we do to fix our pool? So we've had loads of different suggestions. We've had just chuck a load of chlorine in.
Never.
Sand filtration.
Plant filtration.
Natural reed bed filtration. Why don't you put a lining in, buy a new pool? That's quite a good one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We could dig a new one just there. Look, there's lots of space for a new pool.
Okay,
just
so I am keen. There are pools that have, there are pools that have like natural plant filtration. Yeah. So you've got water plants that really helps with the filtration. That's what I think we should look at.
So I think people don't know what's happened to this pool. And what's happened to this pool is that, do you see in the corner there, you've got the water that's coming in?
Yeah.
You go and look over here. That water is coming from the hillside and it's bringing with it all these nutrients which are causing all of this algae. Mind you, there's a lot of wildlife on the top here and probably quite a few newts and things. Anyway, we've been told that the way to fix this pool is to stop the leaks. The reason it's so low is because the pool has various leaks in the bottom. And so the question is, how do we do that? So the plan, and we have a plan, you'll be pleased to know, is to drain the pool in February.
Yep.
And to cement and seal all of the different leaks in here, and then to restore the filter system and the pipes. Because about 20 years ago, we did put in a whole system. You can see we've got skimmers in here. So you come and have a look in this one, for example. It's still, there might be kind of dead birds and frogs and things in there. But, oh dear, that's not looking very good.
Oh gosh, that looks
What about this one over here? Let's have a look at this one. So,
okay, so obviously it has been working for.
But you know, these lids still open.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's even worse. Oh look, there's a snail. Take him out, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay.
But the good news is we think we can restore it. And it's not just the skimmers here, but what's important
It's called Astral Pool
is
what it says.
what we have over here. And if we can find the light, oh look, it would be a miracle if this works.
It says light. Oh!
My gosh, look what we've got. We've got light. And this
works.
This is the pool house.
It certainly is. That doesn't work. The pool house that used to work, you can see the pH, hydrometrics, hasn't worked for a very long time.
But guess where we're standing?
Underneath the summer house.
Because if you look up,
yeah,
we are under the summer house. And what's rather interesting about this building is that you can see that it had a different purpose at some point, because there are these spaces for joists. So there was another layer here, and then you can see the summer house was built up on top of those things there. So this is a very old structure, repurposed to house all of the broken pump system for the pool, which which we
pump
hope,
one, pump two.
We hope we can resuscitate.
Look at this.
I know. I have a
Oh
feeling.
my gosh, we have to.
And
When
look,
are they coming out?
Look on here.
Yeah, everything's here.
The timer is still got
working.
It's got the right time after 20 years. This has definitely seen better days.
Oh my goodness.
And this.
What are we going to do with this?
This is my old surfboard. I had this as a child.
It's not very environmentally friendly.
We used to use it. I used to use it in the pool here.
You should recycle it's just very bad.
This is my old surfboard.
Okay.
We're not going to recycle my old surfboard.
Okay.
We're going to leave it here. Okay. What do you think would happen if I press pump one?
Pump one and pump two.
I think the whole thing would explode.
Okay, what are we going to do though? Because I swim in this pool.
Yeah, but look, we've got
I know,
all the equipment is here.
Right, so why has it taken this long?
So we have a company coming here
next
week to have a look at all of this and to tell us whether we can reuse it, clean it, get it working again, so that in February next year, we will hopefully start the process of having a new pool. So this time next year.
Right.
There is one problem though. Last time they came, they told us it was going to cost, I think, at least £50,000
okay, that's not going to happen.
which is about the price of a new pool, which is one of the reasons that we haven't done it. But I've got some cunning ideas about how to reduce that.
I think you can put natural filtration plants in there. I think that's...
No, that's way more expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, you think that was easy, but it's not. So,
okay.
So anyway, look at all this.
Yeah.
This
Well,
you see, I think these things though, if you've got a little bit of a brush off, the pipes are probably okay. The first thing that we might need to replace though is this door, because the pool isn't working.
Oh my goodness.
The pumps aren't working. And the door is falling off the hinges. That is slightly the story of Mapperton, I'm afraid, which is
hanging by a hinge, Mapperton.
Hanging
by a hinge.
A hinge. And the key is, of course, upside down and inside out. And there we go. Now I've got to put it back in its secret place, but you better turn the camera so that nobody can see.
I'm going to get a cup of tea. So today is the day for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, This is Steve's second to last day here at Mapperton, and we are obviously very, very sad and he will be missed, but we are excited because you are going on to Iford Manor and Gardens, which you would have seen watching my YouTube channel. You would have seen we did 3 episodes there.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so you're taking over from Troy.
From Troy, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a small world, actually.
Yeah.
And we all sort of pass each other around, but it's all, you know, it's all really nice. And obviously the fact that you're friends with them as well is excellent, because it means that you'll be back, and you'll carry on in just a different place.
Well, exactly. So don't worry, this is not the last time you'll be seeing Steve and I together. So there are plans already for me to revisit, I should say, Iford Manor and Gardens, and just to see what you've done there, you know, once you've taken over.
Definitely.
So that will be another episode. But secondly, we are here because this is the famous pool. This pool, I should say, went viral. And Steve and I were happy to be a part of that, that viral video.
It's a huge surprise.
How many Instagram followers did you get from that?
Oh, thousands. It was amazing. I was absolutely thrilled.
So we'll put Steve's Instagram, again, for those of you just watching now, in this video as well, because he does fantastic Instagram photos of gardens, and in particular, prior to it was Mapperton, and now we'll be able to see beautiful photos at Iford.
Absolutely.
So back to the pool. This pool went viral. This is 18th century, and by the way, we did say in the video, we did think that it was 19th century when we first filmed it, remember?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until, this is the thing about Mapperton and about all of these historic houses, is that you think you know something, and then somebody else tells you something different. And then somebody else might tell you something different. So as far as we know, it's 18th century.
Yeah, absolutely, because it appears in an advert for the house to rent in 1775. So we know it was definitely here then, and they were described as fish pools.
Right, as fish pools, right.
Yeah.
Right, so what's happened to the pool is, of course, we cleaned it. It created, unfortunately, because it is such an ancient pool, it created more leaks. And so Steve, explain to everybody, because we're going to be doing something exciting. You do not want to miss this. What has happened to the pool, and what are we going to be doing today?
Yeah, so our last cleaning out in March, was it?
Yeah, it was March.
We did such a good job of pressure washing the sides and cleaning the sides. I think we inadvertently blasted out all the mud that was causing plugs to our sort of existing leaks. So all of this year, we haven't been able to keep water in here almost at all, and it's been this level pretty much the whole year.
Yeah.
And usually by sort of September, when we start to get the rains again, it's full for the entire winter. We don't have to think about it again until sort of June,
right?
And then it starts to drop. But this year, even now, you know, even after we've had lots of rain, we just can't keep it full.
No, and can I just ask about the color, because the color looks a bit funny.
It's really interesting actually, because when we get the rain, it goes sort of like a bluey green.
Yeah.
Which is really strange. Which I guess is kind of like an algal bloom thing, but where it's coming from.
Right, so if you're asking have I swam in this recently, the answer is actually no, because it's too shallow. So it's way too shallow. It's probably not as safe to swim in it as it was prior to me basically unplugging all of the plugs.
We did well,
so
didn't we?
the plan is we're going to fix this pool.
That's
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
Hooray! So we're going to fix the pool, so you will see me in here very soon swimming, but in order to fix the pool, we need to drain it again, don't we?
Again, yes, and you missed it last time.
I know.
because we didn't even think that it would be interesting to film.
So everybody has wanted to see us draining the pool, and this is like Steve's farewell gift to all of you, okay?
I hope it works.
Exactly. So when we drain the pool, where does all the water go?
The water goes under the next pool.
Right.
And then it comes into a stream further down in the Arboretum.
Okay.
And so it'll rush down a sort of a little weir that we call the Y, because there's two that join.
So
one is an overflow from the drains that go sort of behind the sort of the garden down and through.
Right. So it's
and
a
then
Y.
The other one should be what comes out of here.
Okay,
I
and
think.
the other one should be the other part of the Y.
Yeah,
Okay, it
I
comes
think
out
so.
of here. Okay, right. So what do we need to do?
Right, so there
goodness.
there's actually 2 plugs in here.
Oh,
And so there's one plug that is attached to that pole down in there, and so we need to get that pole, get it upright, and then we can unplug the top one, and then right down in the base there's another one which you can unscrew, but you need to be in the base, so you need to drain it down a bit first.
further. Okay,
Yeah.
and then how quickly will it drain?
I reckon it drains in about 2 or 3 hours last
Okay.
time. It's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
And maybe even faster because there's less water. How am I going to get this?
Carefully.
Do I go down this ladder that my husband built for me?
Yeah, we used to have a little bit of a rope that we used to pull it out with, but
Okay.
we haven't got it anymore because it broke.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's okay. They're waterproof. They're Le Chameaux. So they're nice and waterproof.
Got mine
Okay.
as well.
Okay, exactly. We
important.
like Le Chameaux. Okay, so
Yep.
I'm going to go here.
Okay. Crikey.
Okay, and
Yep.
then I'm kind of going to go, I'm going to perch myself. Okay, it's just my coat. Okay, so I think I'm going to just take my coat off. Hold on, everybody. 1 second. I'm really going to do this. Mic there, coat off, shoes in, all good. And let's hope I don't fall in, Steve.
Well, I
Right.
hope you don't because I can't
mean-
actually swim. So
Okay, let's just make sure my husband's nearby. Stephen, you'll have to like drop the camera. Oh my gosh, Claire, can you swim? Of course she can swim. So I'm gonna
Yep.
pull it up.
Yep. Yeah. And then if you can just pass it to me,
Okay.
that's it.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Okay,
That's that bit done.
right, okay, that wasn't that bad.
No.
And then I'm going, it's fantastic,
So,
right?
So last year, it was me and Andy who did this, and we hadn't done it for ages.
Right, I remember,
And
'cause
we
of
were
the pandemic.
convinced that it unscrewed.
Oh.
And so for about an hour, we were there desperately trying to turn it, and it's quite hard to turn. And it doesn't turn at all, you just pull it out.
Oh, you
So we spent absolutely ages. Actually, it's just a question of giving it a really good pull.
Okay. Okay,
So-
and I'm gonna lift it up.
Yep, just pull it
Yep.
as hard as you can, and we'll see if you can do it on your own. And if not,
Okay.
we might have to have a go.
Okay.
Oh, it sounded like it was going.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's the weight of the water that's holding it down. Right, shall we both have a
Okay,
go?
let's both have a go. I was really gonna try to do this by myself.
Yep.
Okay, we cannot
Yep.
fall in. Okay, we're
Yep.
pulling it up.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Oh,
there we go.
go.
Okay, yeah. Definitely needed some help there. Thanks, Steve. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so that's our plug.
That's the plug. And then there's another one you said.
There is, yeah, a bigger one, but we can't get to that until
We
it's
can't get
drained
to
a
that
bit.
until, unless I like go, Claire, scuba diving. Come on. Claire's like an underwater wildlife photographer. She can scuba dive down
awesome.
and get it, right, Claire? You're probably wanting to do this now, aren't you?
Maybe
Yeah.
next time when it's
Next
cleaner.
time. Right. So where's all this water coming from?
Oh, this is just coming from the
just
top.
from there. Okay, okay.
Yeah, just from the
That's-
pole.
so
And
good.
actually, it doesn't look that horrific this time. It doesn't smell too bad.
No, the water actually looks.
Oh, look, frogs. We got live frogs.
Look at them. Look at the frogs. They're gonna go right to that other pond. Don't worry ever. Look at that one hopping. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh
cat's
dear,
there.
oh dear,
Better
oh
get it-
dear.
Rescue it from the
Oh
cats.
dear, oh dear. No.
Oh,
Stormy,
oh, right.
Stormy, no. No.
Right. I got one.
Okay.
The other. Oh, you
Okay,
got
wait,
the cat.
mine's gone under. Hold on. Here, hold on. Oh dear.
Right, we'll release him back in again.
Mine's gone all the way under, but I think it will probably find
oh,
its
my
way.
friend. Oh, he
Okay.
doesn't really want to now. He's having a bit of a look. Go on. There you go.
So will we be able to see if we go down into the Arboretum?
Yeah,
The
I hope
Y.
so.
All right, should
Yeah,
we go
yeah,
have a
yeah,
look?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So, Steve, this is an extraordinary, contraption, if you like,
Oh,
of what
isn't
they
it?
built.
Yeah. It's amazing that they thought to run obviously the water from the top pool under the other pool.
Yeah.
And yeah, what's more is it actually still works. Which,
Yeah,
which
it's unbelievable.
Because to try and repair that would be a nightmare.
I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable
Hmm.
what they thought of, what they came up with. But I have to say something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's me, but can you smell?
I can smell
Yeah.
it. Yeah. It doesn't smell great, does it?
It doesn't smell great. So and that cannot be just a lot of decomposed frogs in there. I
Even
think
if it is, we don't.
No, we
yeah,
don't.
We
So
don't
that
want to swim in that
really doesn't smell. I'm afraid, everybody. If you could somehow smell it through the screen, you would agree that it's a good thing that I stopped swimming in that pool until we repaired it, which
Definitely, yeah,
luckily
yeah.
we are now.
And I'm walking down the steps to the pool on what actually feels like a surprisingly warm January day. And I'm here with somebody I don't think has been on Mapperton Live before, and this is Andy Young. Andy, welcome.
Thank you.
But you've been to Mapperton a few times, haven't
Quite a lot. I've been to Mapperton more than I
you? Can imagine.
can imagine. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the projects that you've worked on here.
Well, it's
Over
been
the-
over 25 years.
It's been over 25 years. How many houses have you helped build here, for example?
All of them.
All
You
of
know,
them.
all the new projects you've done in the past, you know,
Yeah.
replumbing and
Yeah, all the works on the main house.
yeah, main
You did
house,
all
we've been doing
the south stable block when we
South Stable
when
block
we
was
redid that.
completed. Yeah,
So we are really lucky to have Castles and to have Andy's support over the years.
it's been
Because
fun.
your firm has really helped keep this estate going.
Well, it's been fun. It's a challenge for you and it's a challenge for me, really, sometimes. But it's all good
Not
fun.
a challenge for you, is it?
Yeah, well,
Never.
I wouldn't be
We're,
able to
the,
charge.
we're your easiest client.
Well, I wouldn't be able to charge you there. What do
What-
I charge you?
Well, you're not going to charge us for stuff.
No,
are
it's
you?
all free.
Oh, it's all free. Okay, good. Talking of free, we've got another project here
Yeah.
today. So we're here because we are looking at the swimming pool. And I think many of you have come across the swimming pool in previous episodes because this is a swimming pool that is a feature of the garden, a really important feature of the garden. We think it might be as old as, I don't know, 250 years old originally, parts of this. And of course, it's a swimming pool that Julie loves to swim in, even at this time of the year.
God.
But if she swam in that now, well, it's pretty impossible because there's no water. And the reason there's no water is because the pool has been leaking, as people may know. And so we're here today to look at what we can do, Andy, to fix the leaks.
Yeah,
Do you think it's possible?
everything's possible.
That's his standard line, actually. Everything's possible at a price.
At
Would
a
you say?
cost.
At a
yeah,
cost.
At a cost.
Yeah. And careful on these steps. You know that I broke these steps
Did you?
once. I jumped into this pool and it was so cold that I had to get out so quickly that I pulled myself up and managed to break
God.
the rotten steps that were here below.
It might break under my weight.
Well, no, because your lovely carpenter Ed has remade them.
Oh, good
So
boy.
they'll, if you trust his handiwork, you should be fine.
Oh, well, too late to refuse now.
Too late to refuse, right. So we're here inside the pool, and it's a huge pool, and it's had various things done to it over the years. Luckily, Andy, I can't see any creatures kind of crawling along.
No.
Because I know that in most of the months, we got a fair few newts, a fair few frogs.
No, we don't mind those. It's the alligators.
Oh, the alligators, yeah. Andy, what are the key things that we need to do? Because the problem with the pool is that it's leaking. And because it's leaking, the water level goes right down. And even though we put more water in, we can never compensate.
Balancing out. Yeah.
So what are the problems as you see them?
I see them. I've done what I call a hammer test all the way through the pool at the moment.
So a hammer
They're-
test is what? Where you,
Well, we're looking for
you
hollows and
tap the surfaces.
yeah, we're trying to find hollows and imperfections in the coating on this side.
Yeah.
So in reality, it needs recoating.
So it needs
It needs
recoating.
recoating. We've got
Okay,
to try and
So this to me, as an amateur looking at pool repair, would
Yeah.
suggest quite a big problem because
Yeah.
water is not supposed to be coming through the side of the wall
No,
in that
definitely
way,
not.
is it?
No. No.
Where's that water coming from? do you
well, it's
think?
coming from the ground.
So it's
It's
just
groundwater coming up to the back of the wall, finding the weakest point, and this seems to be it. So the weakest point here, and you can see the damage it's done over the years.
So it's created a kind of river,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
it's following.
It's like a channel. But
yeah.
how on earth do you stop water that is coming through the side
Well,
as part of the repair?
The problem you've got, obviously, with groundwater, it follows the weakest point.
Yeah.
So the weakest point, it's found here to here,
Yeah.
right? Everything else, left and right of it, looks pretty much the same. Obviously, a bit of build up of groundwater there. So you've got to attack that from obviously the inside and do something from the outside to give that water somewhere to go.
So you got to
Hi.
you got to relocate.
Sorry. This is the meeting that I was looking forward to.
Well, you're late.
Oh.
And not for the first time.
Okay,
but
I have
that's
a
okay.
gazillion things to do. This is literally what I've been waiting for.
So,
my
Andy,
goodness.
the backstory here is that of all the projects at Mapperton that Julie is keenest on,
Yeah.
Is this one.
This is one.
repairing
Hi,
the
Andy.
pool is at the top of her list.
Okay, so can it be fixed?
Oh, anything can be fixed. I mean, you know, we've got to look at it in several ways. At the moment, we're seeing how stable everything is.
Right.
And to date, there are some obvious imperfections on the top level of the water
What,
line.
imperfections in this swimming pool?
Yeah.
I thought it had the most perfect surface, the most perfect
Well, it
floor.
nearly has.
Well, no, it doesn't at all. It's a deliberately imperfect pool.
I
Who
think
would want a perfect pool?
Here's my thing, Andy. I would like to keep it, obviously, as natural as possible, without chemicals. I don't want any of that.
No.
But I would like to have a filter system in one sense, so it doesn't
Yeah,
just become sort of
yeah,
an
like a
algae
rotten
soup.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about the filter system today.
I know. I'm just
So,
making.
that's a
sure-
whole
yeah.
that's a
That's
whole other
excitement,
thing.
Luke.
I know she's getting,
See, 'cause I'm
ahead of
very
herself.
excited.
Filter
So right-
system. we're just here to plug some leaks. We're
Yeah.
here to let's see what happens if I stick my thumb in. There is obviously a famous story
Yeah.
of a boy who sticks his thumb in a dike
Well done.
Oh
and,
yeah, that's right.
and saves
dear.
Really
saves
stand back, 'cause
Holland.
if he does.
There we go. I think
You've stopped it.
You're the worst actor in
I've
the
done
world.
it. Look at this water here.
Do you think that's
this is Mapperton-
quite
this is
clean water to
Mapperton
drink,
water. You're not
or
gonna
what do you
drink of
think? Not really, because it's
It looks pretty clear.
It looks really clear. I mean, I would drink that, but
Pretty good. Should bottle it up.
okay, you should.
New-
It's kind of dribbling out of you.
New
You know
place
what?
to
That
go.
actually wasn't that good. If I'm honest. No.
Okay, well, it's probably just soil.
Going back to what we're going to do.
Yes.
So we
So-
gotta rectify this groundwater problem. We can either do it by putting another coat on so that it finds its natural route down into the ground. We can either do something at the back of the wall to do it,
Right.
but there are chemicals to deal with this, and I know you don't like chemicals.
And these are just building chemicals.
Yeah, the
not,
building
not
chemicals.
Water
yeah.
chemicals.
Okay,
I can
okay,
plug
okay,
that hole.
okay.
You can plug that hole.
Yeah, I could deal with that. And
What
No, I get what you're
what kind of warranty do I get on that hole then? It's like
when the ink on the check's dry.
when the ink on the check is dry.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not very long, is it? It's particularly with a bank
Okay, so
transfer.
we have that, and what else do we have?
So other things that we've got to do then.
Well,
If
a
we
lot.
solve that,
Yeah.
we're going to be putting a new type of surface
Yeah.
on the bottom and on the sides.
Yeah.
And what kind
is
of
that?
Well,
material is that?
there is a pool plaster that you can use, right? Which means you've got to re-render, at least to the water line, to the stone level, right? After we've done the remedial repairs. So what I found out so far is we've got through the hammer test. You might not see them, but they're there. In the main areas where you see the little dots. That's
Yeah.
me trying to find the loose.
Where you've been bashing with your hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've done the same in all areas on the
You
floor.
know that you might have actually made things worse
I probably
with your
have,
hammer.
yeah, but I am
not as
enjoying
bad
it.
as when Julie had the pressure washer out because
Oh, here we
it
go
was-
again.
It was so powerful.
He's
that it
like blaming me.
It actually tore off
No,
the
it says this
render
one.
and created even more
No,
leaks.
he's
Yeah.
such a blame. I did it for like 5 seconds. I didn't
But
ruin
anyway,
the pool.
so going further down then, do you know what? I bet we've probably got quite a few pool experts watching this. If anyone
We
can
have. We've had-
suggest products
Yeah, but
for
with-
lining
Yeah,
the pool in
yeah.
our circumstances, do put it in the comments
Yeah, but
below.
no, remember we don't want chemicals in the pool. So I
No.
know on our last video that ended up going viral about cleaning and draining, or draining and cleaning the 18th century pool, a lot of people put, just kill everything with chlorine, and that's not really wild swimming. So I
No.
definitely I want to keep it
No.
natural, but with some type of filtration, which I know can come later. So what are you thinking though, Andy?
I know it's an old property. I've been here working here for years, but that if it's not broken, don't fix it. Right? If it's not affecting the pool, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We've got to put a pool plaster, a Vandex, or something on there to strengthen that wall. Obviously, strengthen the wall where the leaks are and resolve those. But then we've got to do the same here. It will be a lime-based product.
Somebody else is interested
come
in
on.
the pool.
You want to come down?
I don't know whether she's going to be able to.
Let's see. Come on.
I'd be rather frightened if I
No,
was
come on,
a cat
Pippa.
jumping into an empty pool.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. She's
Here
going to love
is
it.
Pippa.
Pippa, super fat.
So the
Andy,
same in all the dark areas, you can see water is behind it,
Yes.
right? The hammer test doesn't show too many hollows,
yeah.
only the top sort of foot.
So where there's no hollows, you're just going to leave the material as
Yeah,
it is,
we'll-
but with have the surface on the top. And
Or
what
5
about
eighths.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Can we go look at the plug at the bottom here? Because this rather fascinates me. You know, the idea that a pool like this
Come on, Pippa.
is actually like an enormous bath. Funny, isn't it, Mapperton? We talk a lot about leaks, and
We do.
and
the bane of our
I guess the fact that even the swimming pool has leaks into it is reflective of all the problems that we have.
Yeah.
With leaks
Mapperton
in
is
this
just
place.
one big
It is.
leak.
But here is the way that it gets drained. And you can see it's actually pouring out quite quickly. There's really quite a lot of water flowing into here at the
From the
moment,
leaks.
coming down out the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you've got that as a plug, which I think is the bottom one.
Yeah.
And then this one is the actual plug that sits
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the top that Julie pulled the other day.
Sounded like it was going.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's the weight of the water that's holding it down. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, there we
there
go.
we go.
Okay, yeah. Definitely needed some help there. Thanks, Steve. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
My mother used to say that we shouldn't leave the pool empty for too long
No.
because of the pressure. Do you
No,
agree
well,
with her?
I do agree with her.
You agree with my mum?
Yeah.
Because I've been resisting that.
I've never resisted it.
Oh no.
It's
What do you
it's
mean
made
you-
for a
what do you
better
mean
life.
What Andy has learned over the years of working
not
at
to resist.
Mapperton is not
Right.
to resist
Right,
my mum.
right.
In terms of manpower, how big a job is this?
Quite a big job.
Do I need to prepare
Yeah.
myself?
Yeah,
So
well-
how many chaps? How long? What are we talking
It
about?
could be 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to
Oh
4
my
weeks for
gosh.
what? You.
Well, not me. I don't do any. He's
Doesn't
not
do any, he doesn't
working.
do any work anymore.
You know, 3 to 4 weeks.
Couple of blokes, 3 to 4 weeks, and it's the winter time now.
So now's the time to
so
do
is
it.
Is this a good time or is this a tricky time?
Oh.
It's not such a good time
Oh.
about
No.
keeping everything dry. So, like I said to you, we might need to cover it.
You and I got to crunch some numbers, and then we've got to
Yeah.
have an arm wrestle over
Yeah,
price,
yeah.
and then hopefully
dear.
off we go.
The products,
She's paying, by the way, apparently.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, can I just want to interrupt
Yeah.
now and say that actually I was joking about Julie paying, though it would be nice if you made a contribution, given all the benefit that she gets.
I give lots of
The
contributions
reality
to
is
Mapperton.
She married you.
That,
That's right, it's a
More
huge
contribution do you want?
Andy, that's very disloyal.
I know.
The, rea-
Thank you, Andy.
the,
okay.
the
Great.
reality is that we are able to start repairing this pool thanks to our patrons.
yes.
Our fantastic patrons who support Mapperton at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And because of their contributions, this is one of the examples of repairs, really important repairs
really
and
important.
maintenance at Mapperton that we can afford to do, because every year, Andy, as you know, there's something big
Oh, yeah.
at Mapperton
Yeah,
that
definitely.
has to be done. And
Well, I can't ever not remember working here in 25 years.
no.
It never goes more than
No,
a week
it
or a
doesn't.
month.
But,
know.
You heard it here.
We're now really lucky to have the
Yeah.
support of our
Well, we
of
got
our
the
patrons.
we got the manpower. We have to seek the knowledge. So
Yeah.
you know,
And-
we can do anything.
and Andy
right.
is very good value for money. That's all
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
can say.
amazing. So thank you again to Andy, of course, and who's been here for 25 years dealing with one project after another, and to all of our patrons who are helping to repair our 18th century pool so I can swim again, but also it is a feature of the award-winning gardens as
Yeah,
well. That is
yeah.
also very important. It is
It's not
one of our
just for
big
Julie
features.
swimming.
You know.
Actually, the real reason for this
Yes,
is,
it is.
it's the main feature
Yeah,
of the garden,
gardens.
and we've got to be able to fill it without it leaking.
Yes.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you,
Okay,
everybody.
thank you, everybody. Hello, everybody. It is a really exciting day today. I'm like over excited. Are you as excited as I am?
I don't know that I have the genetics to get as excited as Julie, but I'll try.
I don't know why they're excited.
Because you're here.
No, well, that's very kind of you to say so.
Yeah, so do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Well, not really. No.
Should I do it?
Yeah, you do it. You're,
Okay.
you're better at this.
So we had somebody tip us off and sent an email to the Mapperton estate saying, you should look at this fantastic organic pool guy, David Pagan Butler, and he's got this great YouTube channel, and it's all about DIY, making it a natural organic pool. And this is one of the things that, and so we did. We contacted you.
Yeah, I was absolutely, you know, it was stunning to get an email from you, yeah. Well, what do people like this want with me? But it was,
well, we wanted the boiler suit. Did you bring us one as well?
Sadly not, sadly not.
Are you getting business through YouTube at the moment?
Yes, well, YouTube is my main thing, really.
Yeah.
And so making films is what I love.
Yeah.
And I used to be a filmmaker, but then I got distracted by ponds. And then when I put the two things together, to make films about ponds, it's like just a dream scenario.
Yeah, well, that's,
you know, I absolutely love it.
Because I went into the, you know, natural pool all throughout lockdown, and it was, you know, one of the things that really helped keep me sane was these 2-minute, what I like to call cold water immersion dips. And it would energize me for the day, which was the same day as the day before, as the day before, as the day before in lockdown. So, so yeah, it was brilliant.
Let's
I did that as well.
Did you do that as well? Yeah, I tried to do that, but it didn't work out so well. But that's another story. So David, just before we get down to the pool, which we're going to show you, just tell us, what's the secret sauce for your natural pools? Because you've got lots of people using your method, and at Mapperton we've got this leaking, enormous, incredibly old 18th century pool that is in desperate need of regeneration. What are the elements? What is it that you do?
Well, what I do is introduce air into the system to blow the water around, which is unlike any other system, and it's just very easy for people to make their own because it's very DIY friendly. So, and it's also very friendly to plants and animals in the pool. Yeah. And if you're friendly to the plants and animals in the pool, then the pool water will clear. So there's no great, you know, science behind it. You don't need a huge amount of technology. You just need to be caring for the animals and the organisms in there, and they all keep the water clear.
And chlorine isn't very caring. Do you think we're going to look back in 1,000 years and think, what were we all doing, bathing ourselves in chemical soup?
Yeah. That's right. I think we're going to look back in about 2 years' time and say, how could we dip children into dilute
Why is our hair so white?
Yeah, why is it? Exactly. Years and years of chlorinated pools. Yeah, but the great thing about an organic pool or a natural swimming pool is that, you know, you can open your eyes underwater and it doesn't sting. And, you know, that is, you know, that's telling your body that this is the way to swim.
Just in time to see the pike that's kind of heading for you.
We'll come to that. You don't have fish.
Oh,
you
no
never
fish?
have fish in an organic pool.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I'm happy with that because I'm going to be swimming.
What about crustaceans? What about a few crabs nibbling through these
frogs?
toes?
No.
Crustaceans, yeah. But any crabs, but any crustaceans that get into there will be the Daphnia.
Right. Tell us about the Daphnia.
They're
important,
Daphnia
aren't they?
are so important.
You've got to
they
learn
are
about.
The key thing.
Okay.
Daphnia are
keystone species.
Keystone species, yeah. But they are but they are the agents which will keep the water clear, because what you don't want is cloudy water, and that's caused by single-celled algae. Daphnia come to your rescue and they eat the single-celled algae, filter out the water. They're filter feeders. They swim around and do a great job for you. Rather like sort of tiny little cows grazing on the landscape of greenery underwater.
Well, I mean, that's music to my ears, because when we last looked at the pool after it was cleaned and drained, you know, my plan was to go swimming in it again, but then we looked at it and it literally looked like algae soup. I say algae, you say algae, but you know, the same thing. Yeah. Algae soup, and I just thought, I don't think I can go in there. So I went into another one, and that was a disaster.
She's used to these really clean, chlorinated pools.
No, I'm not. He doesn't even swim in it, so don't even listen to him.
So the key thing is we're going to go and look at this pool now, and we've had some problems with leaks, and we're going to meet Andy down there, who's been helping us to plug the leaks, and then I think we're going to have a look, and you've got a kind of vision, if that's not too grand, for how...
It's come to me.
Is it coming to you?
It's coming. It's actually coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's on the way.
For the future of the Mapperton pool. I mean, it's just so exciting, isn't it? And it combines the things we really care about.
This is
Swimming,
him being excited right
swimming, swimming, caring for nature, and not spending very much money.
That's right.
All good
Yeah,
things.
so we just want to say thank you to our patrons who have really helped to kickstart this repairing of the pool and the leaks and so forth and so on, and also us being able to do this sort of DIY, but obviously alongside David as well, and of course with the help of Andy. So we just want to say a huge thank you to our patrons for helping us start this project. All right, let's go down to the pool. All right, look at, wow, there's a big rope here. This is new. Is this to stop?
This is stop me getting it.
This is, wow, this is serious.
Well,
serious
because we've got the public coming, we've got to rope it off whilst it's empty. So we want to get it filled. But we're going to go and say hi to Andy. So we're going to climb down this ladder. David, be extra careful because it's slippery and.
At least there are new steps on these.
I've had bad experiences with these
Yeah, well,
ladders.
Luke broke them all. So because he couldn't swim in it, he thought it was too cold, so he jumped out on.
Okay, this is not relevant.
Yeah, it is relevant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so
I shouldn't really
fun
get
being
involved
down
in the
here.
middle of a family argument, should I?
Definitely not.
For early access to these videos, behind-the-scenes content, and other benefits, please help support this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
Andy,
Hi, Luke.
We're back again.
this time we brought an expert.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
About time there's somebody professional on the job.
We thought that we just needed to bring up the level of professionalism at Mapperton. Cool. Just a notch.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are here now looking at a leak. Now, last time I came here, this leak was so bad that I had to stick my thumb in it.
Yeah,
And
that didn't work.
That was the only way to stop it.
What?
But you've come up with some magical material.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's like a Mapai product where it goes off in water. It was
Right.
pouring water,
Yeah.
and we've managed to stop it.
What we're trying to do here, in order to solve the pool problem, is first of all solve the leak problem.
Exactly.
Because
I was
pools with
gonna say,
leaks aren't
yeah.
really pools, they're sieves.
They aren't, no. But the thing that's contributing to the problems of the pool, obviously the algae is the big problem, are these leaks. And these leaks are bringing in groundwater.
Yeah.
And the groundwater is going to be saturated with nutrients. And we want to try and keep the nutrient level in the pool low. That's why we're getting loads of algae. So the work you're doing to patch up these holes is excellent. This is exactly what is needed to begin with, to start to turn this pool around.
But this has been such a magical substance that you've really revised your quote downwards, haven't you, Andy? I mean,
I'm
it's
trying
just,
to.
It's costing hardly anything, is it?
I never intend to go down anywhere.
We've all got to go down one day.
Well, we're all down here.
So, finishing this job, roughly?
Well, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Right. We're all trying to do a temporary, what I call a temporary repair. There's no 100% guarantee on anything, but at the end of the day, if that's worked in that area, that was the worst incoming supply of water, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You can see more over there.
There's a bad one
look at
there.
that,
Right. I might add something to that behind that they use for stitching cracks together.
Okay, but
Some sort of epoxy.
You're slowly meandering away from my question, which was...
You talked about money, you threw me straight off.
well, it's always about money and time,
Yeah,
isn't it? So, back to the time question. What do you reckon? Another week?
Yeah, another week or so.
Another week
Okay.
or
Week and
so?
a half. Well, I've got to order the new,
Yeah.
this
Yeah. Okay.
bigger batch of this, so that could be.
The reason I'm asking that is not to tie you down so much, but because it looks like
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
it looks like we've now got a part 2 to the plan.
Yeah.
Which is why David's here. So, David, I wonder whether you could kind of sketch out your kind of rough ideas for what
Now
we
that
might
you've
do
seen
here.
it.
Because Julie, I think, will.
All right, yeah.
She's got this excitable gene, and she'll.
I do have this excitable
Yeah.
gene. It's a good gene. It's a good gene.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
excite me. Tell me
Exciting.
what's happening.
Oh my goodness, it's a tall order. No, well, the main problem with this pool is there are, as you've correctly identified before, are there too many nutrients getting into the pool. So there's phosphate coming in from soil water, getting into the pool and allowing the algae just to flourish. And there's nothing to compete with the algae for the phosphate in this water. So what we need to do is to introduce some plants. Plants are basically the only thing that can compete with the algae to get those nutrients before the algae.
Amazing.
Ideally what we would do, but I don't think this is feasible at the moment, is to put planted areas within the pool.
Right.
To have a variety of different plants, lilies, oxygenating plants, whatever.
You're creating beds, essentially,
so we'd
gravel
be
and sand beds.
Yeah, yeah. But I was just thinking, what might get us to a working, functioning pool with clear water is something which would require less building, but something just to give the biology a big sort of shove along. And I'm just wondering about having, trying to create some floating plant islands that go within the pool. So we'd have a variety of plants, grasses, carex,
if you get
pickerel
fed up,
weed.
you can move them about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no. Well, we'd tether them down.
Yeah.
Or you could tether them down. But then, yeah, for maintenance or whatever, you could pull them over. But hopefully, those plants then will have the opportunity to compete with the algae and help keep the water clear.
And how many of those? Because this is, quite a big space here for a pool.
That's a very good question. How many?
But the lovely thing about this idea is that we've got another pool down there, which is actually an ornamental pond. And in that pond, we already have plant beds. We've got, I think, 4 or 5 of them. Yeah. And they've got lilies that come out. And so I was thinking, if you're coming up with this island idea, we could reflect what's going on in the other pool on a larger scale here. So maybe we do 4 or 5 of these islands through the pool here. And they'd all, I imagine, have cords with a weight, so they're anchored in the middle. Yeah. And these would be features that would then, well, they'd look absolutely wonderful.
They would look wonderful.
They'd just be like a glorious floating hanging basket.
Yes, fantastic.
So we could give it a go. It'd be a bit of an experiment.
Yeah. Right.
We could also enhance the probability of working by introducing air, having gentle bubbles underneath the raft. That would then encourage a gentle flow of water around through the roots, because the roots will start to come down and act as a filtration. If we introduce some air, that will really help as well. So,
because this is one of the key things about your system for natural pools, is using air and bubbles.
We would just put in a small compressor which provides the air. We just have a couple of pipes running back and forth through the bottom of the pool.
So they would go down the middle, feeding each one of the islands underneath.
Yeah. Cool. And then that would provide the air just to provide this circulation, just to push the water around the pool. But you don't really need any more than that. I know there's old equipment in there from when this was a swimming pool, but it's just basically redundant. And I mean,
it doesn't work.
We can clear that out, exactly. We can get that back as your pool house.
Yes,
don't you think? Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
And do you know what the lovely thing about this project is? My mother is going to be really excited, because it's combining plants with garden design. But before we finalise the layout, it might be a really good idea to do some sketches and to get Mum to have a look at those and think about it in garden design terms.
It's just come to me, when the grand opening here, we're going to do a big pool when this happens, because it will, because I will make sure of it, and then we can have again sort of a DJ there, drinks coming out of there. We'll have your favorite ginger beer.
All of YouTube is invited.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Exactly.
So David, but there was one key thing.
Quiet.
There was one key thing that you said about phosphate. Now, I think you've got some mechanism for testing that's magically appeared.
Oh, magically appeared! Yeah. This is a phosphate meter.
Okay.
So I was planning on just testing taking a sample of the water that's coming out the ground there.
Okay.
Just to give us an idea of whether you know, how much of a problem that is. I suspect it's a big problem.
I'm
he's
allocating you that role,
Yeah.
if that's
Right.
okay.
Okay.
There
That
we
means,
go.
Andy,
All right.
you and I can shuffle
Okay.
off this way with our job done, and we'll leave them to do some analysis.
Okay.
So
okay,
all-
so David, what are we doing now for the phosphorus test?
Well, I'm just going to take a sample, small sample, and put it in this, which goes in the meter,
10
milliliter
mils.
mark. Yep.
Yep.
Put that on there. Now, I'm going to put this in the device, and it measures the light that gets transmitted through that and uses that as a reference. And then we're going to add a reagent which will react with the phosphate and make it go slightly blue,
Okay.
depending on how much phosphate there is in there.
Okay.
And then when we measure it again, it'll come up with a reading because there'll be less light to be transmitted through it. So it'll come up with a reading of the phosphate level in the pool.
Okay.
Or in that water.
Fantastic. And what number are we looking for? Is there a number?
Well, ideally 0,
okay.
which we're not going to get there.
Well, I mean,
but-
should I bet on this? I mean, are we going to have like a bet, like who gets closest to the number?
Oh yeah,
Is
that'd
it
be
between
good. Oh
0
yeah,
and
that'd
what?
be good. Well, it's the maximum it can go to on that meter is 2.5 milligrams per litre.
Okay.
What we want is something about 1/100th of that.
100th of
Yeah,
that.
so it's you'll see there's some zeros on that device. So I'd probably guess it's more like the probably 0.5 of a milligram per litre.
Okay. I mean, there's a
This
lot
is
of
quite-
numbers
it's quite
going on
hard.
here,
It's
so
quite hard to bet on this.
So yeah,
You asked the
exactly. So I'm just
question.
going to go like that. So I'm going to go with 1.
One. That'll be a disaster. But if it's 1,
I win.
you win.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to stick it in here, and then we'll just wait.
I've got to add the reagent.
Okay.
Okay, and now put that on there.
Yep.
Shake for 120 seconds.
Okay.
Count it.
Okay. You tell me when.
Oh,
I mean,
when?
we
I'm
probably have,
going to
like,
watch.
I don't know. What do we think? 30 more seconds?
Oh, I think that's probably. I think you probably.
Gosh, the sun is super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heaven. You brought the sun, David. And with your, the sun saw that boiler suit and thought, I'm coming out.
That's right.
I'm checking it
Let's
out.
go- I've got to compete with that bloke down there. I think that's probably 120 seconds.
Okay. All right, 120 seconds.
Brilliant.
Done.
Brilliant.
And
Okay.
there we
let's
go.
Stick that in there. Okay, now I'm waiting 3 minutes.
We'll be right back after the break.
Well, it's all very exciting down here in the pool.
Who
Back to
won?
this.
Who won the bet?
Oh, well, it's pretty close. You betted on
One.
One, yeah. I said it could be about 0.5.
Yes.
The answer is 0.31 milligrams per litre.
So you win.
I
You
won.
win. All right, so what does this mean? What does this number mean? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it?
No, it's not good. What's happening at the moment is that the algae is flourishing, and when that dies and decays, it's sinking to the bottom, making a whole load of gunk, which has got
I
no
felt
other
that.
way of leaving the pool. That's what's making the gunk on the bottom build up, because
I swam in that.
yeah.
Algae.
Yeah.
There you go.
Algae.
Algae.
Algae
What's
lover.
the plural of that?
Oh, donkey.
Yeah,
Algae. Algae.
Algae.
I don't know. It's already
Is there-
plural. Yeah, because there's not just one. There'd be a single cell.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, well,
that's
actually,
true.
no. It depends on what.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so what's the next step, David? What are we going to do?
Well, having seen the water quality or the amount of nutrients in that water, it's imperative to plug those holes. This is the only. So if we seal all of these things,
Yes.
all of these holes, and then put in our floating plant islands. Basically, we need lots of plants in here to outcompete the algae for the phosphate that is in the pool. That's the plan. But it is imperative to seal this pool.
Yes.
It needs to be
Yes.
watertight from the groundwater.
Right. Okay, well, that's. I'll be on top of that to make sure Andy does a good job.
Yeah.
Happy days. Lots more to come, everybody. And that's it. So should we go? What should we do next?
Cold
I was
water
going to say
swim.
go for a swim, but
Oh yeah.
yeah,
No, all you've got is the
I know.
koi pond.
Well, we are close to the sea, so we're only 6 miles away from the sea. Should we go to the sea?
I'd love to.
Okay, I don't think he does. All right, first we'll just get out.
What's going on in here?
Well, you see, down in there's...
That looks like a fancy pipe.
Yeah, well, there's 2 or 3 pipes. There's a channel that flows all the way down through there and just discharges into the stream, which we don't use. Steve must have got something going because it's coming back out of that big pipe.
Oh, I
now,
see.
so
I see. Yeah, it wasn't coming out of there.
No.
That's a pretty substantial pipe, isn't it?
Yeah,
So what is that part of the pool system?
yeah.
So that is a
That is a 3-way valve, so because we can put water into the swimming pool,
yeah.
or else we can turn it off and we can put water into the fish pond down there,
Right.
or else we can divert the whole lot of water down into the
Right.
stream.
Right. And then the
And then-
water comes gushing out. So Raymond, overall, the kind of status of water at Mapperton, do you feel that we kind of know what's gone wrong and we can fix it, or
Yeah,
are
yeah.
we kind of struggling?
No, we're not struggling. We were under a bit of pressure today because I wanted to get that bung in before Steve turned the tap on at the top. Any minute now, this water's going to be coming out of this hole.
So you mean he's about to open the taps further up,
Yeah,
and the water
yeah,
is about to pour out
yeah.
unless you block it,
So that will stop it.
and don't step on any frogs on your way out.
No, I won't.
Because they're absolutely everywhere. Oh look, there's a couple here.
Yeah,
Are they mating?
yeah, they're mating.
So there's lucky frogs like these ones, and then there's a poor unlucky frog over here who hasn't found his mate yet.
Yeah, see, they're little things.
Yeah.
They're quite sort of. They won't harm you. They're all sort of so cold though always.
Yeah, well,
But he looks so happy. He's having the time of his life.
he sure is having the time of his life.
Yeah, he's too.
That one's having an even better time because there's 3 of them.
Yeah,
And then we get a lot of frogs born.
and probably a lot of tired males. If you didn't know what I said that,
Right,
but still,
yeah.
I just said it.
You said it. Too late now.
Too late now. Because they're hoping to concrete the bit of the pool today.
Well, I think that I've been enlisted to help with
Oh, have you?
with some concreting.
Well, there's-
Exactly. I can see rather a worrying number of bags
There's
down
quite
there.
a few bags.
There's quite
there.
a lot of concreting. I think I'll kick off, and then.
Well, it's not too bad because it's only a downhill slope, isn't it?
Yeah,
So-
I am slightly worried about the frogs, but
Right.
we'll just have to sort of move them aside, I think.
Yeah,
Anyway, thanks, Raymond.
that's all right.
I'm
You're
sure
welcome.
there'll be lots more to talk about Mapperton water in the
sure
future.
It will. Sure will. Thank you very much.
Right, we're back at the Mapperton pool, which is the place that we all seem to end up at the moment because there's so much to do. And I'm here with Andy, who is already a
Hi.
star of the silver screen because you've been on Mapperton Live once?
Twice now. No,
Twice?
I'm nearly famous.
Nearly famous.
Nearly.
I reckon there's just
Infamous.
a ton of people out there in your fan club.
Well,
that makes you
I've-
already famous.
My Facebook page is going wild.
Right. So I can see that we've got some of your team arriving here.
Yeah.
But Andy, quickly, just describe to us what it is we're trying to do here.
So far with the pool, we've done all the superficial cracks all the way round. Right, they've appeared over the last, 100 years or so. Right, but the biggest issue we've got now is obviously we've got cracks in the base of the pool.
Right.
Right, so we're trying to put sort of fairly good repairs in there.
Which basically means concrete. Is that right?
Yeah, what I've got to do is I've got to look at well, there's obviously a larger weight load of water in the deep end of the pool.
Right.
And as it comes up, the pool just snapped.
It's snapped. We've got a
Well,
snapped
it's
pool.
give
not
in
very
the
good, is
middle.
it?
Right,
Right.
so it's sort of broken its back. So temporarily, right, all we can do is fix the crack. We're using an assumption that, if we cover those cracks with a more substantial repair,
Yeah.
right, then we've got half a chance
But-
of getting that right.
I can see a real problem with this project.
Frogs.
Fro-
Toads.
Frogs.
I don't like toads.
I think they're frogs.
Are they?
And they're absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, don't
There's,
stand on the
there's
frogs.
hundreds of them. Yeah, so we're going to need to do a bit of frog rescue, I
You
think,
can do
before
that.
Who's in charge of frog rescue?
This chap here,
And what's this chap called?
I can't remember his name. What's your name? Oh, Louis.
Luke, you
No,
got to
I
know
see.
your chap's name.
I do
Andy,
know his
honestly.
name, yeah.
So who have we got here today?
So you got Louis,
Yeah,
you got Gus, you got Alec, and you've got Lee.
we know Gus very well.
Right.
We know Lee, we know Alec.
So
Excellent.
Alex obviously painstakingly picking up frogs.
Oh my goodness. There really is a frog
Hey,
collection.
Alec, pull your trousers up.
Right, let's go down and have a look. And is that a cement mixer?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that is for the concrete that's going to go down.
Yeah, we're going to have to,
And-
because of the location,
Right.
we can't get any poured concrete down at this level of the house.
So we've got to make it here.
So we're going to make it here.
Right.
Right, so
And I'm hoping that I'm going to be allowed to mix,
the first mix?
do the first mix, do you
Well,
think?
Yeah, okay.
What do you
well,
reckon?
We can possibly allow you to do
But
that.
in the meantime, I think it's all hands to the deck with frog collection,
Yes.
because they're absolutely everywhere.
If you would like to help support this important part of England's heritage, please become a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Lutleaf.
Here we have a bucket full of rescued frogs. And even though they're miserable at the moment, they're going to be fine because they're going to go in the other pool. And they've just gotten into every little nook and cranny. Right, so I'm going to take the first bucket and bring it down to the other pool. Oh, look, this one's almost made his way out. So we're going to get them into the water. You got a few more?
Yeah.
Oh. Right, it's really not what I was expecting to be doing today. A frog rescue mission.
Louis?
Now, the thing about these frogs is that they weren't expecting to arrive in a pool with no water. So they've made their way and become rather disappointed. But hopefully, they're actually going to find this pool an improvement. Because in this pool, we have little islands that they can get to. And I think there's going to be more food. But I think to release them, we're going to have to go down the other end. And in fact, I can already see a lot of frogs in this pool, along with a few fish. There we go, into the pool. Heading off, a few newts as well. There we go. Right, I wouldn't all stay in the corner. I'd go off and explore if I was you. So what I can see here is a crack that's run the length of this.
Yeah.
So I assume what you're doing is putting concrete across this to seal it, basically.
Well, a better seal than was there before. So
Right.
what was there before?
Well, is this not a guaranteed seal?
No guarantees here.
Ah.
No.
That's,
Check dry
that's-
thing. I've mentioned that before. haven't I?
You have mentioned that one before, but I thought on this one, seeing as we're investing quite a lot.
I'm too old for guarantees.
Okay,
What we're trying to do here is just reinforce that crack the best we can for now.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's taken what? How long is this? When was it built?
What, the pool?
No, the house.
Well, the house.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the 1540s.
Well, there we go.
I don't think the pool dates back.
I
to
don't think that
1540s,
crack's
though.
done bad for 300 years. is it?
Really? Well, but you're saying your workmanship isn't going to last that long, though,
Well, it lasts longer than that did.
did it?
The last repair. And we've got the opportunity to haunch it round so there's if somebody can walk in the pool here, they're not going to kick their foot.
Yeah, because that's the thing, isn't it? I can imagine Julie having one of her early February morning swims,
Yeah.
coming along and stubbing her toe
Yeah,
in
this is
freezing
not-
water,
Not going
and
to
thinking, Andy,
Yeah.
that was your little corner that got me.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I put aside 2 hours in the morning for blame.
Have you? Oh, right. Okay.
Every morning.
Every day. Have you been told off today?
I've been told off by your mum quite badly.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh no, not by my mum. She's very.
I love her.
She's very
lovely.
She's lovely, isn't she? Very
I
gentle.
do. Me and your mum are like that.
Yeah, but just occasionally.
But don't tell her.
Occasionally things don't get done as quickly as we'd all like them
Mom
to.
does what Mom does.
Yeah.
Right? She lets you know when she's not happy,
Right.
and she tells you.
Yeah.
And she's very fair.
Yeah.
Firm but fair.
Forthright, I think. is the
Forthright,
word.
yes,
Yeah.
forthright.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the pool.
this. So what we're going to do is create a haunching, right, where we can.
Right.
Obviously, we can't lay concrete.
Haunching. Is that a
Well,
is
it's
that a
just
word?
like a raised up in the middle thing,
Right.
so that you could walk over it without stubbing your
Right,
toe.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. And I'm hoping that when it's all done, Andy, you're going to get enormous satisfaction from doing a couple of laps up the pool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do that.
you're looking forward to
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, if you want to see
We've
my...
got an idea with David, who you met the other day,
Yeah.
putting in these islands.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, for
I like
wildlife
it.
and
I've seen
plants.
that drawing this morning.
All those frogs that we picked up today
Yeah.
will kind of land in the middle
Yeah,
and
good idea.
have a jolly time.
I've seen a sort of preview of what it's going to look like. Yeah,
did you see that?
with your mum.
Oh, with my mum. She's ahead of it, isn't she?
Yeah, no, she's worked hard on it. It looks good.
All right, so I'm going to go and help mix some concrete.
Keep it coming just like that, Alex. Yeah. Object of the game. Come in that way, look. What we're going to do, look, is pour it up here.
All up here?
Yeah, and we're going to do a 2-inch bed, 3-inch bed. Yeah. Do you think Alec will keep up?
What, with us?
Yeah.
No, we're too fast.
Yeah. Ready, Alec? We're ready. Keep it coming. This is how we really get it. You know, we get the customers to do the work.
Yeah. What's the discount when customers work?
You've mentioned money again, Luke.
It's true.
Sorry,
I can't help myself.
I know, I've gone there.
Right.
So we're going to do an even spread down there.
Right.
About 2 inches this side. No, you've done the hard bit.
Well, I've done the hard bit. Your workmanship has got such a good guarantee that I'm confident, you know, next couple of 100 years we'll be fine.
You ain't catching him with any guarantees.
He doesn't like giving guarantees.
Not on.
Thanks, Andy.
Not in public.
So this is an absolutely brilliant day because there's so much activity going on at the pool. It's finally happening, and leaks are being plugged, frogs are being picked, and the only thing that isn't here at the moment is Julie. And you may have noticed that this episode is Julie free. And the reason for that, which is of course incredibly sad, she's working in Africa. She's in Kenya hosting a yoga retreat, and she's been sending back pictures of herself in jeeps surrounded by giraffes, elephants, the odd lion. In fact, I saw one lion that got rather close for comfort. But she's missing out on the wildlife here because the plague of frogs that we've been dealing with has its own charms. Luckily, they've all been relocated safely into the pool below. But this is fantastic progress. We've got concrete going in, we've got all the final cracks being filled, and now we just have to wait to finalise David's designs for the various plants and the boxes that we're going to run along the side. We've got to get my mother's sign off, always important. And before you know it, we will have a natural pool. So thank you to all of you for watching. Particular thanks to all of our patrons for supporting this project. If you're interested in becoming a patron at Mapperton, then please go to patreon.com/Mapperton Live. And it's only because of the support of our patrons that we're able to do some of these important restoration projects for this incredibly important part of England's heritage. So thank you to all of our patrons in particular, and looking forward to the next chapter of the pool.
I am definitely going to go for a swim. I'm going to try to convince him to go for a swim too.
That's not happening. There is absolutely no way that I'm going for a swim. I am not a cold water immersion sort of person, whereas Julie is absolutely insistent.
That's because he's pathetic. He can't
wimp.
get in. Honestly,
Wimp is the English word.
He's the one who grew up in this cold, freezing cold weather.
Right.
And you know, he's the one who should be dipping in with me. Don't you think so? Comment down below. Yes.
While you've been away sunning yourself in Kenya.
I've been working.
And
thank you.
While you've been away
oh
organising things in Italy.
It looks beautiful.
There's lots of work's been going on.
I saw the works. I helped. I mean, you know.
So I've
point out some leaks.
I've been mixing concrete, and
you can see the
whole
seal.
of the pool has been tanked.
Oh my goodness!
So it now, in theory, doesn't leak. And
that is incredible.
We've been working with David. Do you remember David?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was a long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. But David has been providing us with these designs for how it's going to be. So you can see that what we've got are these floating islands and planters That's the deep end up there.
Yeah,
Tony.
that's the deep end. That's where I swim.
And these are going to go along the side of the pool, but we've got to build them first.
Great.
But there's a problem.
What?
We've had to fill the pool before we've got the planters. And the great risk is that the pool will start to go green before we have the plants
Well, then,
to take out the algae.
then you'll have to drain it again and refill it.
But guess what?
What?
It's already gone green.
Well, no. I think that's the color that it's probably going to be. I mean, it looks definitely.
No, that looks.
Oh,
that
right.
looks very green to me. I mean, we haven't got any algae on the surface yet.
No, you don't have any
but
algae
there are definitely some life forms creating themselves, merging.
Because
trying
remind
to
everybody
explode
where's the water coming from?
into.
The water's coming
into
from
an-
the spring.
In the meantime, though, we're going to have an algae bloom, the kind of thing that you can see from space in oceans. It's going to be so enormous here that we're going to have to swim our way through.
What?
And even Julie, I think, is going to find it quite
What? So I don't
tedious.
understand.
Well, we're just too late. We missed the boat.
But can you explain to everybody why we had to fill the pool? Because I think people will understand why we had to fill the pool rather than waiting until the beds were ready. There's a very good reason for that.
Well, we had to fill the pool because we've got weddings coming up.
We have weddings, and we
have
have garden vi-
and
and
we
we-
have people walking around, and also it's quite unsafe. Let me show you though the
Yeah.
idea for the floating islands.
Yes.
Each one of these represents a plant that you'll put in, and
Right.
and
That's
so
a
that-
lot.
and they'll be moored to the bank. And this is how they're actually constructed.
But
So
these will be on the
look
side.
at David's amazing drawings.
They're
I mean, he's
amazing.
so good, isn't he? So here you have the actual construction with this layer of floating insulation, and then the holes for the pots.
Yep.
And then you've actually got the plants that will sit, and we'll put them all along the edge.
Yeah, and the
So-
reason that we're putting it on the edge is because your mother came up with and pointed out something quite important.
Which is that we need to have a clear open space for the magnificent reflection that we get, which I wonder whether that reflection will be as apparent if the pool remains green. Anyway, the idea, which I think you've guessed, is that because we don't have to have all of that pool equipment, we don't have to have the pumps, we don't have to have the filters, we don't have to have all the pipes and the valves, we can actually reclaim the space below the summer house, the pool house, and turn it into a lovely warm changing room. So that on freezing days like today, Julie can just head off in there
Really?
and magically appear
You're going to
in
make
her
it
bathing
warm.
cocostume.
How are you going to make it warm?
Well, I don't know if it'll be warm,
There
but
you
it'll
go.
be dry. Anyway, the question that everybody wants answered is whether you're actually going to get into this today.
Yes. So can I just make a point here, everybody, is that it has been months, obviously, since I've been able to swim in here. And even though the pool is not finished, there's still so much more to do. And we obviously want to make sure that we do this the right way, so it does take time. But in the meantime, since it is filled, I'm going to go in for my 2 minutes.
Are you going to do a width or a length?
No, I usually just sort of
Float around
in here
Yeah.
for
Do
2
you know
minutes.
What? I'm not going to join her.
No, of course
I thought
you're
about
not.
it. I weighed it up.
No, he didn't.
The pros and cons.
No, he
and it just
didn't.
came down heavily on the con side.
But can I
so
just
I'm going to leave you to...
I'm a bit nervous about it, though. I'm a
Well,
bit nervous because
who wouldn't be nervous?
you know the gardens are open to the public right now.
So there's people watching
so there are
and thinking,
people
who is this
wandering
mad
around.
American who's jumping into this freezing
probably think I'm
pool
a
on one of the
guest.
coldest days of the year? And,
And
look
I'm
who's
like-
making an appearance now. We've got Pippa. Pippa is here to watch as
Okay,
well.
can I just say something without you
everybody's
interrupting
here.
me?
I'd never interrupt you.
He says all the time. What I was going to say was I'm going to be mindful because I know that we've got guests here.
Before you jump in, let's go have a quick look at the pool house.
Okay.
And see whether it's a suitable changing room.
Okay. By the way, you do really interrupt me a
I
lot.
don't think I
I've
ever
just
interrupt you. I've never
noticed that.
ever interrupted you.
I can't even
Never,
get a word
ever.
in
I don't know what you're
edgewise.
talking about.
He's just like interrupting
you just
me
speak
all the
constantly.
time.
Okay, so here we are at the pool house and the sun has come out.
I'll
It's
just sit
suddenly
here.
actually quite warm.
Yeah, I need to get
you-
into the water
maybe she
now.
will swim. So no one can have a look because this is where we hide the key.
Why don't I leave you? You do this and I'll go change.
No. I want to show you in here.
I've seen it. I
Well.
just want to stay out here, everybody.
This is a backwards lock. Not only is the lock the wrong way up, but the key has to turn the wrong way. Or maybe those things are related. Anyway, in we go.
Ooh, Oh,
And let's
do I
just-
really have to go in there?
Let's imagine this as a changing room.
Okay.
So Julie,
I
one
can see
day-
it from here.
we will have renovated it. We'll have put in a heater. We'll have lots of space. We'll have warm, fluffy towels hanging from rails.
I don't think so.
I think all of those things. And you will emerge like a goddess in your dressing gown, ready for a swim.
Are you really going to do this for me? Are you going to really
Of
make
course,
it into
I'd do anything for you.
a pool room?
So off you go in there now.
No,
and
no.
Then, and then you can magically reappear
No,
in your
I
dressing
don't
gown.
have my stuff though.
I know, but you will. Just promise. Trust me. Go in there. It's all waiting for you.
Okay.
It's all waiting. I'm going to close the door. Don't get frightened, but you need a bit of privacy.
Okay. Okay.
So, in a minute, she's going to magically appear. So, we'll just press pause and give her a chance to change.
Ta-da!
How is that amazing pool house?
Well,
Because
it's a nice.
it's beautifully decorated. It's warm. It's got fluffy
in
towels.
my imagination.
Not.
It was a good camera trick. But yes.
Sun's out.
Sun's out, so that's great. But it is really, really cold.
Sun's
And
out, but it's starting to rain because
I-
there's a rain
welcome-
cloud up there.
Welcome
And
to
my
England's weather.
crazy wife is going to go
Not crazy.
in the pool.
Good for my health.
I've got some questions. You're about to do cold water immersion. And so the idea
Yeah.
is that this gets to your nervous system. It sort of shakes everything up
Yeah.
and stimulates you and makes you feel wonderful.
Yeah, it
afterwards.
does. Afterwards.
So the question is now, in anticipation,
How
you
does
must
it
be
make you
thinking,
feel?
wow, I'm going to feel so
I do.
good in a minute.
Can I just
And the wind has
describe
come.
today? It's rain, super windy, so cold, and a little bit of sun.
Right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
You
do
mean
it.
I'll do it.
I'm going to get
Okay,
myself ready.
I'm going to turn my
And
timer
then I'm not
on.
going to go in. Okay.
For
Have you got
2
a timer?
minutes.
I'll do your timer. I've got it on my watch. I'll
Do
do
you?
it. Yeah.
No, I don't trust
I won't
you.
cheat.
No, he'll
She
cheat.
doesn't trust.
So, so 1
Okay.
second. Just let me do a timer.
Okay. Timer.
Just 1 second. Okay.
But you have got a lovely cap, swimming cap. It's just straight in. It's straight in. It's so impressive, isn't it? In she goes, just like that. Oh my goodness. There we are. How are you feeling? Shut up. I think that says it all really, doesn't it? Can I talk to you yet? Or no, still can't talk. Are you getting that kind of warm tingling sensation that is why you're doing it? That sort of sense that the cold is so penetrating that it gets to every little fibre of your being, shakes it around, and it starts to warm you up. I think she should meditate while she's doing this, because apparently if you meditate, you can think yourself out of the cold. It may be cold, but you can imagine it's warm. That's what I'd be doing anyway if I was in there. I'm not in there though, so I can't really talk. How are you doing now? Okay. Yeah, you see, this is what happens. And this is actually interesting. No, but this is interesting, no, because I watch, so I can have a subjective view. So my question is, you went through what looked like a really miserable period, and then suddenly something happened. You've got about 2 minutes to go.
No, I don't have 2 minutes to go.
You've got 2 minutes to go.
Can you put the video on?
I'm trying to. It's really hard because it's so cold. My fingers are so cold I can't press the buttons.
Think about my fingers.
What do I do?
Just go video.
Oh,
Just go video.
oh, I need to press the camera, don't I?
Just,
All right, wait.
The other way.
Shh.
The other way.
Oh my goodness.
It's 2 minutes.
No, that's not 2 minutes. That was cheating.
No, that wasn't.
No, now it's taken me away from the app, so I can't do it. Okay, what do you do on a photo?
No, I want a video.
A video. Okay, video of what? And
Hi, because it's going on my Instagram.
and go.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm finally back in the Mapperton Estate 18th century pool.
17th century.
17th century. But for now, bye. I'm going to get out.
Can I suggest you get out quickly before hypothermia sets in? Because the first sign of hypothermia, I think, is a warm feeling.
Oh, I am nice.
I don't believe that you're warm for 1 second. So here we go. Do you know what? Watching Julie in that pool has made me feel so frozen inside
okay.
that I think I'm going to go up and have a hot bath.
Ha ha, very
So,
funny.
I'll see you later, okay?
Very funny.
You hang on in the sun, you'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, it was
Yeah,
amazing. So we are here now putting the water plants in, if you like, that will help with the natural filtration of the 18th century pool. You've seen before on one of our other videos that Raymond and I were building these. They took a lot of work. I'm going to give Raymond all the credit for them, but we made sure that they were floating. So we did a test on them over here in this sort of makeshift pond that we built. We did a test, it floated, so we know that these work. And now we're starting to put the plants in. Our plan is today is we're going to do a little bit more on this one, but we do want to bring this one down on the mule. Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
We're going to bring this down on the mule and we're actually going to put that in the pool itself. I'm going to get in there and then we're going to put some grit on it. We were just discussing what these plants are. Thank you for my gloves. So you've chosen, I smelled the mint, but you've chosen, we've done a range.
A range of plants that are really good for taking nutrients out of water, also really good for attracting more wildlife.
Okay.
And foliage there as well that newts can lay their eggs in.
You're probably also wondering, and so am I, why the plants, why did we choose them and what are they?
So we chose some iris, pseudocora, alba, so it's going to be white and so it will blend in quite nicely down with the pools, like nice whites and soft colours.
So these will also flower, yes?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
And we've got some white skunk cabbage.
Lovely, which will flower.
Will flower. We've also got water mint.
Yeah, I
spread
smelled
quite
that.
a lot. It smells quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it smells amazing. Okay, and how are you feeling about it? Do you think it's going to work? And what do you think? Do you think it's going to look?
It's going to look really good.
Yeah,
I think it's going to look great.
Yeah, and don't you think it'll be an attraction that people
Definitely.
will want?
People have seen previous things. They know this is going to happen, so they're asking about it and want to see it.
Exactly. So I better get cutting.
Are we going to go on the mule?
Well, do you want to go on the mule?
Well, it's a long way down to the pool.
Hold on tight, everybody.
That's okay.
So this is it. We're going to obviously test this one because now this has the plants in it. It has some of the grit. I'm then going to get in and put, as long as it floats okay, I'll get this, Andy. Floats okay, and put more grit on top. And then we'll have one done and 11 more to go.
Brilliant, well done.
It works. So it's floating. It works. Well done, Susie, Raymond, Andy. Anybody else I need to give credit to, Susie?
Lander.
Lander, there we go. It works, and I think that this is, really rather incredible. Pools, in one sense, have become this thing that have been filled with chlorine and chemicals, and for somebody, I think, like me and many people, especially after the pandemic, we're all about being in nature and swimming in nature, not with chemicals. So this is our experiment here, and I'm really optimistic about it. Are you guys optimistic about it? And I think it's also a lovely talking point for Mapperton. When people come to this pool, they will be asking what this is. And this is one of the things we want to do at Mapperton is have people come and explore, and us being able to educate them, whether that's Susie, Lander, Andy, and educate them on what's happening in the gardens, but also, of course, what's happening with the rewilding project. So people are coming here not just to obviously look around, but they can learn as well. All right, where do you guys want me to take this?
Anywhere around this area, because the water's higher. Yeah, that's it. Start swimming and paddle with it. Look at that. Ideal.
It's quite fun. Yeah, the first of many more floating water aquatic plants islands. They're in. Well, one's in. So 11 more to put in, and then we'll be able to attach them where they need to be attached around the sides. But I think it's going to look fantastic, and I'm really, really excited that I'll be swimming in less algae than before.
But that was just the first one. We have a lot more to make, and each of these floating plant islands take about 4 hours.
All right, everybody, we're just going to show you sort of the process here. This is a big process to make these aquatic floating islands. So these are the plants. We've already cut holes for them. We do 15 per floating island. These are the holes that I cut, and then you can see what Raymond's done. So Raymond, explain a little bit more.
Well, the idea is so the head gardener told me, that make these little boxes up.
Yeah.
Get it so the plant sits down in there, and then the water gets at the roots quickly, and so the roots would just go out, and then the roots hopefully would disperse through these little holes into the water.
Fantastic.
And purify the water.
And purify the water, exactly.
Yeah,
so we've found some moss as well. So we've got to put moss on it as well, which we will. We're going to put grit. Once we get down to the pool, you saw me in the pool earlier. I get in the pool, we put the grit on it, and then we'll put it with moss to make it prettier. But that
moss came from a sustainable source from our suppliers.
Did it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's from the people who supplied the plants.
The plants.
Because it's not just pillage from the countryside.
No, I love that, Raymond. That's brilliant. So you can see what I'm doing here, how I grit it. So I've had to take out a lot of the roots. Take out a lot of the soil, not the roots. And then I take it over here, and I do the exact same thing with this one. So, Raymond, should we get back to work?
Yeah, we get back to work.
We get back to work.
Like I said, these floating plant islands take about 4 hours, but when you're open to the public and you have lots of visitors coming in and asking questions, they can take a little bit longer. But we don't mind. Raymond and I loved answering all the questions from all these visitors who came up to us throughout the day asking, what the heck are you doing? And describing to them and telling them that we're creating these amazing floating plant islands for our 18th century pool. And I have to tell you, people were really excited.
Raymond's not tired, but I am tired. You're not tired, are you?
No, I'm not.
I don't know how he's not tired.
No, I'm not.
And I'm really tired. Okay, these take a long time, don't they? What do we reckon, 4 hours each?
Yeah, from start to finish.
So start to finish, I have dirt everywhere, all over me. We've been able to, it's a process. So you saw from basically the footage, it's a process. And I've been able to grit all of these here, put the moss on, and we're about to just launch this sort of near to last one. I mean, this is a big moment, everybody. I have brought a special treat for you.
You have?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what it is till we launch, till we get it in.
Okay.
So, what we've got to do, everybody, I mean, this is it. These are our floating plant islands. We've just got to move these out of the way. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we've got to put this in, Raymond.
Yeah,
this is it. You guys, this is it. It's like big. This is a big moment.
Yeah, this is a big moment.
It's a big moment, isn't it?
This is a big moment.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay. I am literally filthy dirty. Do you want me to get in?
No.
Okay. Seems to be caught on something. Wait. Okay, okay. That's better.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
Okay, I think it's stuck.
Push.
Oh!
There you go.
Oh, crikey.
That's launch.
Okay.
That was fun.
That was fun. So, well done.
Well done.
Raymond, I brought you a present.
Oh, have you?
For doing this.
Oh. Oh, golly.
I brought you a non-alcoholic
Oh, that's nice.
ginger beer. Ginger beer is like super popular
Yeah.
here. It's non-alcoholic. It's really just water and sugar and some natural sugar.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So should we do a nice cheers?
Yep.
Okay, this is gonna feel so good. So thirsty. It's quite.
We'll have to launch these every week.
It's quite gingery.
They are
isn't
gingery,
it?
aren't they?
Ooh.
Oh, it's a Palmer's, a local people.
Yeah, it's local.
Local.
Give them a shout out. I think we've done it now.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
So
no, I don't think we have, because we've got them all scattered around everywhere. We've got to tether them together, and then yeah, we've got to get them in 3s and 4s, and then when we've done that, we've got to anchor. Yeah.
What? We're not finished yet. Okay, I might go in the pool because A, I'm filthy dirty, and B, you just told me. Well, I knew that David is coming, everybody, so the pool man is coming.
Yeah.
And he's gonna check it all out. But I think we need to tether these together.
Yeah, and to the side walls.
Into this. So how are you gonna do that?
Well, I thought if we put a hook in the side, then we could just put a little hook in the masonry at the other side where it can't be seen, and then a small chain, and then the gardeners, because the gardeners need to maintain these little gardens, as I call them.
Okay, all right, here.
Go careful, we'll see you tomorrow. Stephen and I aren't following. Is it cold?
It's so refreshing. It's not like my cold water immersion therapy, whatever, because it's quite hot. But everybody, it's a good project.
Yeah.
It's an exhausting project, but Raymond has just told me we've got to bolt these onto the sides.
Yeah.
And that's still a lot more to do. I think I'm gonna have to get into the water for that. It's actually really nice.
No, I think we'll be all right. And
You
then,
know?
because otherwise the wind's going to blow them back and forwards.
The wind. Yeah. So thanks everybody.
Thank you.
This is just part 1 of the pool. Get ready for part 2. That's when the pool man is coming. He's gonna check out what we did. He's gonna tell us if we did it right. But then Raymond and I still have a lot more work to do. So part 2 coming up.
All right, everybody, we are back at the 18th century pool. Raymond and I, we've been working very hard. I thought we were pretty much done. And Raymond reminded me that no, we're not. What? We're not finished yet. According to the plans from David, we need to tether them together, and we're kind of gonna, what are we gonna do? Mix them about. We don't want it to be so perfect looking.
No, I think there's 3 in a row and then 2 lots
Couple
of 2.
2s, yeah, and then a 1, but they're all gonna be attached to the pool wall.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna do that?
Well, just fix a short length of chain onto the corner.
Yeah.
And then just bring it up and just put a hook in there. We've got some hooks.
So how many do we need to do per island?
Well, we need, if they're tethered together, we only need to do the 2 ends.
The 2 ends, okay.
Because no one's going to.
Because we're going to tether them together. So do we get to use the this?
Yeah, you do.
I'm so excited. Okay, so first we're going to do is we're going to tether them together, a couple 2s, so 3. We're going to have a single one, and then Raymond's going to put it into the wall.
Yeah.
Into the 18th century
wall. It's only a little 6mm hole. You wouldn't notice it.
You won't notice it.
And then just put one of those little hooks on.
Yeah. So here we go, everybody. Let's get these tethered. Oh, yeah. One more thing. The big question, though, is he is the big guy, the natural pool guy. You should watch him on YouTube. We brought him down a few months ago. He's coming down again, and he's going to see these creations. And I'm a bit nervous, actually.
No, don't be nervous. We've done our best we can.
We have.
We've done the best we can.
And that is the best. It's good enough.
From these drawings, and then so this is the first time he's seen it, so we should be pleased.
It's true that. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Okay, let's get tethering.
Okay, all right.
This is one of the most exciting days that I can remember at Mapperton.
Why is that? Why is that?
He doesn't believe it.
No.
It's because David is back And you will remember David from our previous pool episodes, because I've given you a name. I'm not sure you like it.
Yeah?
I call you the natural pool guy.
Yeah, natural pool's good, or organic pool
You
guy?
prefer organic.
Organic pool
the
guy.
organic pool guy.
Yeah,
The organic pool guy is back in town.
Oh,
And
what
he-
a wonderful welcome. Thank you very much, Luke.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you deserve it.
Oh,
It's,
well, thank you.
It's lovely to have you here.
Oh, that's
David's
great.
been staying with us for the night with his son Jasper, who is a filmmaker and YouTuber and has a massive TikTok channel.
He does,
Oh,
yeah.
is that right?
And he's designed my t-shirt.
Yeah, but if you hold your mic like that, no one's going to hear.
Oh, see, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
He's a-
I'm not very good at this filmmaking business.
Which is not quite true, because he used to be in TV as well. That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, regional TV. Yeah,
Regional.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's all right.
It's all right.
It's still
it's
TV,
fine.
isn't it?
Yeah, just technically.
So what do you think of the pool?
It doesn't look the way I was hoping, to be honest.
No, that's because it's the wrong pool.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
tricked. Yeah.
I had him there for a second.
Yeah, you did.
This of
Worried.
course, is the fish pond.
But
So,
it looks very similar physically to the other pool.
Well-
but isn't it amazing how? I don't know. This is what normally happens in a pool. It's got this opaque quality to it, which is suspended single-celled algae, which is what you don't want for swimming, because it's basically unsafe. You can't see who's in there. You know, you can't.
What, you can't see the alligators that are lurking below, ready to nibble your toes.
No, it's true. All the alligators are here in Dorset.
I'm sure there are alligators in Dorset somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if they're going to be anywhere, they're going to be in that pool.
Right.
But yeah, for safety reasons, normally for visibility, you don't want to be swimming in any water that's opaque like that.
Well, the good news is that since your advice to us
Yeah,
for the other pool, the swimming pool,
yeah,
and since last year when it was opaque with all of these single-celled
yeah.
algae,
I must admit, I'm a bit worried about this because whether this system is going to bear fruit.
yeah,
You know, so this for me is actually a bit of a sort of
experiment.
experiment.
Is that the word you're
Yes,
looking for?
experiment is probably the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So it's always a nervous moment to see, you know, how things have developed over the months.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we have got some of your designs here, along with Raymond, who has been
Raymond.
building them
Brilliant.
with Julie in previous episodes. So, so David, look at what we've got going
Wow.
on.
Wow.
So I don't know whether people remember, but David came up with some amazing designs. We had a call with my mother where she was giving her input into
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we should locate
Yeah.
these. You were telling us how to fabricate these planters,
Yeah.
which are made of larch, is it, in the end, which you
Brilliant.
recommended?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah?
Because
And-
larch is really good in water. I mean, it will last a long time.
And we've then got a layer of insulation, which is giving the buoyancy.
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah.
some geotextile. We've got the
So
hessian on
yeah.
the top, which
Yeah.
is going down through, sucking the water up on the top.
Yeah.
And then we've got all of the aquatic plants that Susie and Julie have been lovingly
Yeah.
putting in here. And Raymond is really responsible for all of the construction. So, well, Raymond, what do you
Brilliant.
mean?
Brilliant, Raymond.
Yeah.
No, it's... Oh.
And these are the first. So we're going to have
Yeah.
about 12 or 13 of them, aren't we, Raymond? But this, the thought was, David, in the first year,
Yeah.
we're not going to go overboard.
No,
we'll see
completely.
what the pool needs.
Yeah.
And we'll put enough of these out there. We hope to make a difference. But you
Yeah.
can already see the water.
Yeah, the
is-
water's looking great, even with just this sort of softly approach to try and turn this pool around. It's, you know, you can see there's a marked improvement, the visibility, the light's penetrating all the way to the bottom, which must be 5 foot or 6
Because I was
foot.
noticing on the bottom, I mean, by the way, David's got the coolest t-shirt, if we can just show it off here. Swim with Dragons, designed by
My son, Jasper, who's
Jasper.
behind
We're
the
gonna
camera.
have to turn the camera. Oh, Letty, you've got your camera on Jasper at the moment. Jasper, you know, take a bow for that. Can we,
Yeah, keep
are-
looking at us.
Is
though.
there a website for buying more of these t-shirts?
Oh, that's
'Cause
Oh yeah, well
There
it's
will
it's
be.
organic pools at .tmill.com. Oh, that's not right, is it? Anyway,
Is it not?
something like
Yeah,
that.
he's
Anyway,
not-
well, organicpools.co.uk
If you want to
is
sell
my
these
website.
things, you got to, you know.
I'm absolutely rubbish, haven't I?
Are you bad at that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah. I tell you what, we'll get the right address put on the bottom of the website so that anybody who's interested can go and have a look.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
But David, what's happening, it seems to me here, is that the water's clear, but we've got a layer of sediment at the bottom. So when Julie got in the other day and she got all this sort of slushy stuff between her toes, she wasn't sure whether that was a good thing. What's your view?
It is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
That is periphytic algae.
Okay.
It's basically just algae that grows on surfaces. And as that develops, as it grows, it's consuming nutrients out of the water.
Which is what we want. We want to get the nutrients out of the water.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we get clearer water.
Exactly. These plants are starting to grow, but they're not yet in a position where they can start to take nutrients out of the water themselves.
Right.
So the periphytic algae is sort of got the pool to themselves, really.
So they're doing the job at the moment.
They're doing the
but
job.
in the future, as these plants grow, as their root systems go down, they will start absorbing all of the nutrients and helping out. Look at this down here. We've got newts, we've got water boatmen, we've got damselflies, we've got all sorts of creatures here. Does this look like a functioning natural pool ecosystem to you?
To me, it does. This is really nice to see. With so little input at the moment, all we've done is basically reduce the nutrient level by controlling the amount of fill water, not having continual supply of water going in, which is constantly bringing in more nutrients.
And the level is right up because we plugged the leaks.
That's key to sorting this pool out. Is curing those leaks.
Getting rid of the leaks.
Yeah.
So Raymond has attached now one of the planters to the edge over here. My mother gave quite strict instructions about exactly where these things should be.
They were very strict. Yeah.
Well, in a sort of gentle.
Yeah, your mother is great. She knows what she wants.
She knows what she wants. Exactly.
What she's come up with is a great idea, to be honest.
Let's run on down because Raymond is in the process of fixing these up. Raymond, let's come and have a chat with you about how this.
I didn't want my craft to drift away.
You don't want your craft to drift away. I've
got to pick that chain up somehow.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll get the chain.
You reckon you will?
I'll get the chain. Yeah. Right. We got a chain. So the chain is so that we can tether, isn't it?
Yeah.
Raymond, where are you going to tether it to?
Well, it needs to go down there 500 mil, like half a metre, go down to the right.
I see. So you're going to drill into the side here.
I'm just going to tack a nail in for today.
You're going to tack a nail in for today. One of the things that Raymond has worked out is that sometimes people in the Montague family change their mind. So he thought rather than do something too permanent, let's get it in a place that we think is about right. Oops, I've just dropped it again. And then we can see what we all think about it and if necessary, move it later on. Who are you thinking of particularly there, Raymond?
I can't.
You can possibly comment, could you?
No. I'll tell you a little story. When we had the first prototype, we didn't have any holes in it, and Darren, our stonemason, and myself, we said, how much do we have to put on there to get it to sink? You see, and it was solid at the bottom. Well, I jumped on it down here, holding on the thing. I'm 14 stone. Darren jumped on it. He was 17 stone. And it still didn't go down.
What, with two of you?
No,
yeah,
really?
Both two of you on it?
Yeah.
Oh,
then this is just going to be a bed of burgeoning marginals with their roots going down.
That'll be beautiful. Yes, the roots will go down and start to take the nutrients out of the water, which is what we want.
David, you've got something in your hand
I
here.
have. This is to upgrade the Raymond's floating plant islands. But the idea is this is a newt ramp, or to be able to let the newts, there's loads, which is great, there's loads of newts in this pool, to let them get out, because at the moment, because of the vertical sides, there's no way for them to get out of the pool, and we don't want them being trapped in there, dying, because they will just, again, reintroduce nutrients into the water. We need to let these newts out. So as a first step, if we, on a few planters, if we put on something like this, which just hang over the edge and dip into the water. Maybe we could have a go, put them on it.
Yeah.
then this would provide an escape route for frogs, for newts, and even possibly hedgehogs, so that they could use these islands as refuges. It'd be great to see one work in practice.
How are you going to tether them?
Well, at the moment I've just got this plastic clip here, and I was just going to...
Do you want to, if I push that forward, can you operate from that
yeah, probably. It's a bit of a drop here, isn't it? I was just going to...
I mean,
might go in. Is that all right down here?
We wouldn't want you to fall in, David.
Yeah, no, that'd be
well,
good
not
TV.
Much.
Don't worry, I'll just struggle.
You struggle away.
Okay.
We're giving you moral
Maybe
support.
you can take an ad break during this.
Yeah. So Julie is going to be coming down later on to inspect the final product, except it's not quite final because we've got another 5 of these to go in, haven't we, Raymond? So this is...
We just got one more ready to go in, but we've run out
We're waiting for the plants to come.
I've brought plants.
David has brought us some plants.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
So I'm with, of course, David, the extraordinary organic pool guy. You are amazing, and our pool is looking fantastic. But he's also, when he's come to stay here, which has been fantastic, but you've brought us some gifts, haven't you?
I have. I've brought some pond plants, because I heard you were short of them. I think the pond plants are really hard to get hold of nowadays.
Are they? Oh, well, thank you even more.
But
I've what do we have here?
Well, this is sweet Gallingale.
Okay.
So I've potted a few of these up.
It definitely looks like something you would find in a pond.
Yeah, and oh yes.
Yes. Isn't it?
Apparently there's something you can eat in that, but I haven't really looked. Well, you know, Gallingale, yeah, you can.
Oh,
you
I'm
can
going to find out.
I think it's used in Thai cookery, something like that.
What?
Yeah.
So we can basically harvest food from our 18th century pool now with the plants that you've bought.
Yes, yeah, hopefully.
Okay,
yeah.
so everybody, it's like it's like a floating kitchen garden as well as an organic swimming pool.
Well, of course you've got mint in there already.
I know, we've got mint in there already.
So you can make mint tea. It's already producing. You haven't even noticed.
I know.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
What else do we have?
These don't look very impressive, but I have nurtured them from seed.
Ah.
And they are a lovely miniature bulrush or a dwarf bulrush. So it's like a little. Instead of being a big vigorous plant, it's a very delicate plant with more like a cylindrical.
And will the roots grow underneath?
Yeah, the roots will then grow through the,
So a lot of you have seen me with Raymond, and I've been taking out the soil and then making sure the roots are there. And then I put grit in, sand and stone grit, and put it in. And there's a reason behind that, everybody. It can't just stay in the soil. Yeah. Can you explain that?
What we're trying to do is just minimize the amount of nutrient that's getting into the pool. And a key source of nutrients is soil water. What we have to do is take most of the soil off the root ball and then plant in a substrate that is very, very low in nutrient, like the sand and gravel. Now, it doesn't mean that the plants are not going to grow as vigorously as they would do in soil, obviously, but it means that they've got to work to get the nutrients, and they will get the nutrients out of the water.
Right, so those roots will go down to find them.
Exactly. And once they're drawing the nutrients out of the water, that will help inhibit the algae, because the nutrients is no longer available for the algae to eat.
For the algae to eat, right.
Or consume. Yeah.
Right, consume, yeah. Eat.
So that's the idea. So that's why it looks counterintuitive to take off the soil, but it's actually part of reducing the nutrient
I'm glad we
level.
got that in there. That is really important because people have been asking. These are beautiful. Now, what's this? There's an enormous one here.
This is what we call pickerel weed, or is it pickerel weed? I've just brought this as a clump. I've grown this in a separate bucket. So that's up to up to you to just break up into pieces and then put in the.
That's beautiful.
And that does a really nice blue flower. Most pond plants are actually, the flowers are yellow, most of them. So it's nice to have
a blue flower. I recognize this from ponds as well.
Yes, that's right. It's the other thing is it's native to the UK. The idea is really to keep plants as keep the selection of plants down to native ones, really, because they will be better at competing with algae for nutrients.
That's beautiful.
But by no means just stick to natives. So you want nice coloured lilies or whatever, go for it. Some of them are, or more, architectural plants, not native, but if it pleases the eye, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Any plant that grows, basically, is good for taking nutrients out of the water. Native plants will be in a better position to do that.
Yeah, of course they will be.
Should we tether this one up then, Raymond? So what have you got to do? You got to hammer a nail in. Do you want me to hammer the nail
You
in?
can do.
I'll tell you what, I'll hammer the nail in.
Okay.
If you tell me where.
You've got to come down here 5.
So something like that is fine. Perfect. There you go. Stop it there. And we just got the one. Oh, we got 2 of them, have we?
Yeah.
And how loosely am I doing this?
Well, David will.
What do you think of that? Yeah. Raymond, what are your thoughts?
Will it go out much? I'll just push it out a bit.
It's got a bit of slack in it.
That's good, Dave.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Something like that. And then I'm going to find a bit of Oh, I nearly hit my thumb. Do you think I think it's not going to come out of that.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh. I see what you mean. What you want me to like? You want me to turn that into a hook now?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, this bit's a bit trickier.
Try another nail.
All right, like something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm worried I've slightly. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we did it. I've got the technique now. So the next one is going to be even better. Right. David, one of the things that we wanted to have you here to do was to pass judgment.
All right.
Yeah, to pretend that this is a natural pool competition and we are one of many people who've entered it. And the question is, how well have we done so far? In the pantheon of people doing natural pools, where does the Montague pool sit?
Well, I think you're ahead of the pack, and you sort of first, you know,
Did you use the word first there?
Yes, I think you've come out of the blocks. You've done a lot of hard work, a lot of progress here.
Yeah.
Because this pool looks like it's on the road to recovery, and it's happening a lot quicker than I hoped for, really.
Is it?
So this is great.
This is really good. But I'm noticing something as we sort of look down here. We haven't covered much of the surface, and my understanding of aquatic life, plant life in a pool is it wants to cover, a third, ideally as much as half. That's a lot more planters to build, isn't it, to get to that point?
Yeah, we don't need to do that with this pool. The key thing we've sorted, or you've sorted, is limiting the flow of water that goes through the pool.
Yeah.
It's no longer a continuous flow.
Yeah.
That continuous flow is endlessly supplying nutrients.
Right.
Now you're able to, you've sorted out the leaks, you can cut that flow off when you don't need it. You don't want to keep water going. Once it's full, you just stop it.
Right.
And that is limiting the nutrients.
Right.
That's made a really big difference, just that change of use, really, or the way you've been maintaining it.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing, and what we're doing now is just trying to take it that the extra mile to get it looking really clear.
And we obviously had my mother involved at a critical stage, because one of the things she wanted to make sure was that the layout of the planters was still in keeping with the style of the garden, and also wasn't looking too symmetrical, and wasn't, most critically, spoiling the lovely reflection that you get down the middle. And I think we've achieved that. Well, let's head off this way, and perhaps we'll go put our swimming trunks on.
Oh yeah, no, I've been waiting for that.
You've been waiting for that.
Ta-da, everybody. I'm in my red boiler suit. Raymond, what do you think?
I think it's very fetching.
Very fetching.
Black and red. I don't know what that means.
Good. It's good, right? So
Yeah.
I know, you know what? I was kind of just getting tired of wearing my normal clothes and then them just being really mucky. Okay, you guys, this is it. This is the final moment. We got the approval from David Pagan Butler. He likes our floating islands, but we still have 5 more to do.
Yeah, we do. These 4 here. One more down the pond.
We got to bring it. But he brought us some great pond plants, which we're going to incorporate as well.
Yeah.
So you can see Raymond's, I've got to now grit all these. Everybody, if you watched the last video, David explained why we grit.
What we're trying to do is just minimize the amount of nutrient that's getting into the pool, and a key source of nutrient is soil.
So that the roots have to work harder to find the nutrients and then absorb the nutrients. So I now have to take all of these out, get the soil out, and then put the grit in. everybody. It's a very exciting day today. First and foremost, thank you to Catherine. I'm wearing your grandmother's handmade 1930s, 1940s, but probably 1930s dress. So what does everybody think? Comment down below. You know how much I love vintage, but this dress was sent to me, handmade by Catherine's grandmother. The buttons, I have to say, are spectacular. And I just hear something over there. He is swimming! It's amazing that you're swimming. I'm actually going to join him, but I brought something special, Luke.
What did you bring?
So I brought something special. And this is, I've never made this before, so I really hope it's good. I mean, I know you don't drink alcohol, but at least I can try it. To celebrate the 18th century pool being repaired, cleaned, and then properly, of course, cleaned using these floating aquatic plant islands. They look really, really good. I brought elderflower champagne.
Excellent.
So elderflower champagne, I thought we could toast. I thought I could get in and we could open it up and toast together. So what do you think, Luke?
I've got
What is that?
a nice handful
Okay.
of sludge.
I know, but remember-
Actually, it's weed, but this is the sort of weed that we used to get a lot of in the pool. But now, thanks to all the work that we've done, this
Well,
was
it's
the
starting.
only bit that I could find. And there used to be absolutely acres of the stuff
Yeah,
coming out.
it's
everywhere.
true.
So
Okay.
this is a huge success, and I can't tell you how absolutely
lovely.
delicious this water is. It is
Oh.
like swimming in a pristine lake.
Isn't it
You can even
lovely?
drink the water. Here we go. Ready?
Well, we're not going to drink the water. Okay, please don't do that.
Well,
He just did that. He actually
like a
just
frog.
did it.
I like horrifying my wife.
Okay, he just
and
drank.
Look at
okay,
all the things growing on the side here.
So, Luke, I'm going to
Getting
put
the
this down there.
dandelion. When
I
do
have got
when
my.
do I get some of that?
I'm going to put it down there. We're going to swim to it. I'm going to get
No,
in
no,
the
don't
ladder
put it down
there.
Can you put it this end? Because
Oh.
it's nice and sunny.
So what I was thinking was I could just get into the water down there,
Okay.
swim to you,
I'll get the drinks ready,
get the drinks ready.
and then we have a cheers.
Yeah, but don't open this up till I get down there. I actually
Okay.
want to open it up together because I made this elderflower champagne
Okay,
and
so you
apparently
want
it's
me
supposed to go
open
real
it?
pop.
It's going to explode.
No, so
It's
I'll
a
be
bit
right
chilly.
back, everybody. You're going to see me emerge and appear in the pool.
There you are in your 50s costume.
Oh, I forgot my hat.
Oh my goodness, not the bathing hat.
Yeah.
The
Hold on.
50s bathing hat
Hold
and
on,
the
everybody.
50s costume and the 50s dress. It's all about the 50s with Julie.
Okay, does it look all right? Because it feels like it's a bit broken.
It's a bit loose.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Here, let me spin it around,
No,
everybody.
no, because I'm now getting quite cold.
Okay, okay.
I'm now
He's so
starting to shiver.
impatient.
I can feel
Okay.
it. I've
There
got
we
goosebumps.
go. Okay, here we go. Oh, why is he getting cold? Perfect.
I'm getting cold because I've been in here for a while.
What? Look at all these bees and invertebrate loving this moss here. Okay, here I come. They're looking fantastic, and all the plants are growing. All the plants are growing.
Can we find any of those nice little warm patches, you know, where the sun has heated up the surface?
Well, if we go into the sun where you were,
I'll see ya.
okay, I'm gonna go here and open up my
know.
elderflower champagne.
Okay, Julie wants to open it.
Yeah. This is a
So I
celebration.
should come back.
It's a
This
celebration.
is an absolute revelation. Because this really is a swimming pond.
I know.
A natural swimming pond.
Okay.
This is the big moment. This
okay.
is...
This is the big moment.
Wait. This is a really big moment,
It is
actually.
a big moment.
Do you know why it's a big moment? It's actually quite a poignant and sad moment.
What?
Because we are at the end of the 18th century swimming pool restoration project. The 18th century swimming pool restoration has been completed.
I know.
Isn't that sad? People may be getting quite disappointed that this project has come to an end.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's good news, which is that things at Mapperton never end. They
Okay.
just pause. And so next year, we're going to need
Right.
to put more planters in the pool.
We do think
and
that.
we're going to need to put sunken planters in the pool. So if you thought it was fun following along with all the tethering of these things to the edge.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
imagine
still...
how much excitement there's going to be when we have to sink these things with weights. We're going to need scuba gear.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Okay, she's not quite managing to. It's not exactly flying off, is it?
No.
There's supposed to be so much fizz that it pushes it out.
Okay, you're gonna have to do it.
Oh my goodness, yeah, but how do I stay? Okay. Oh God, this is not one we prepared earlier, is it?
Okay, hold on. No.
Hang on, there is a technique for this, which I sometimes use, which is to give it a bit of a shake.
Wait, no, don't shake it.
And that helps build the pressure up.
What?
For the cork, which is about to go in a massive pop.
Okay.
Just here, put your hands on your ears. Okay. It could be loud.
Okay. Oh. Is it fizzy?
Oh.
Oh.
Here you go.
Okay. Okay.
It's looking.
It's fizzy.
Is it fizzy?
It's fizzy. That's fizzy.
I don't know whether that's fizzy.
That's fizzy. You guys, that is fizzy.
Is that fizzy?
Yeah, that is fizzy.
Is it alcoholic?
It is, so careful there, champ. Cheers, everybody.
To the end of the 18th century pool project.
This year.
Part 1. Part 2 coming up.
Okay, let me try this.
Wow.
That is delicious.
That is somewhere in between elderflower, vinegar, and champagne.
I don't taste the vinegar.
Closer to the vinegar, I think.
That's not. No, that is delicious.
It is pretty good.
That is delicious.
I like vinegar. I don't think it's alcoholic though, do you?
I don't know.
Actually, maybe it is. A little bit.
I'll let you know after I finish the bottle.
Right, come on. Victory lap.
Victory lap, everybody. Thank you so much for all of your support during this restoration of our 18th century pool. It's been super fun, but as Luke said, there's still lots more to
There's
go.
something we've forgotten.
Oh.
Most people watching this are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed,
That is good.
think of all the things you're missing. Press the little button to make it go ding and subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in becoming part of our wonderful community, and my God, I've got a wasp on my glass.
There we go.
Then please head off to patreon.com/MappertonLive, where you can join all of the other wonderful people who help support all the projects that are going on at Mapperton. Cheers. And I'm not going to take a sip of that because I think I'll get stung.
I'm trying to swim with my glass.
That doesn't really work, does it?
It's delicious. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you. So everybody, I was going down for my daily swim and I've just come to get Luke.
You are absolutely kidding me.
No.
You are kidding me. Oh my goodness, this has happened in 3 days.
Yep.
The water was clear.
I swam
The sun
about 3 days ago and it was clear.
The sun has come out for the first time this year for 3 days.
Yep.
And we have been completely overrun by
This is unbelievable,
blanket
everybody.
weed. I mean, this was our prize project last year. We cleaned this pool, we repaired it, we stopped the leaks, we brought in the pool expert, David Pagan Butler, to help us with a strategy for removing the nutrients. We built these, well, you built these plant islands, and now it's actually worse than I've ever seen it, and I just don't know what we're going to do.
I'm going to stand on these, which I've done before in the past, because what I want to do is
Whoa.
No,
Health and safety alarm.
What? Point is, everybody, is that I'm just looking at the health of the plants, and actually they look really healthy, to be perfectly honest. The moss is fantastic.
Until recently, this inlet was switched on, and so the water was just pouring in. And when the water pours in, it's just bringing endless nutrients into the pool. So that's one of the reasons.
Right.
But I think the other reason is we simply don't have enough plant islands. There's not enough plants extracting enough of the nutrients. Every time we remove all of the weed, it's just going to reappear.
So what's our plan? What's our plan?
Susie has left us a net here. Isn't this great? Look at the size of this net and the open. I mean, this is designed for a normal swimming pool, just to take out the odd little bit of leaf. And instead, what we've got to do with this net is take out all of this wretched algae. And I'm afraid the job now is this.
Oh my gosh.
This is the job. This is the job. Even when you scoop it up, you're only getting about half of it, and then the whole thing blocks up. And as soon as you've pulled up one bit, another bit comes to the surface to take its place. You know what these look like, Chris?
What's that, sorry?
They look like green intestines. It's the vilest stuff. And you know what? It's slurpy and slimy, just like I imagine green intestines would be. A long kind of string of intestine. That bit there I really want. Oh.
If there were two, I would help.
Oh yeah.
But there's not.
I'm so sorry, there's one, but I can easily give it to you if you'd like.
No.
Do you want to come and have a go? It's quite good fun actually. You get into it after a while.
Okay. No.
And there's a strange satisfaction to be had from clearing up all this primordial soup.
Yeah.
Now, this is when I wish I had an anaerobic digester at Mapperton, because I reckon this could all decompose and produce the most wonderful energy. Problem: wheelbarrow, steps, slime. It's not going to end well, is it? So we're going to go another route. All right, here we go. Oh God, no, it's pulling me down. Ah, Chris, give me a, oh no, it really is coming out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right, here we go. Over the bridge, across the babbling brook, and to our deposit site. But I think I'm just going to deposit on the edge here. Now we're right next to the stream. All the creatures are going to be able to come out and find their way into the stream. Right, and back we go for round two.
Well,
we've just come back up from the pool in a state of despair and in dire need of psychological support, but also some advice. And there's only one person we could think of who could certainly help with the former, if not the latter. And that's David.
David!
Hello. Right, well, it's lovely to speak to you again, but my goodness, the pool. What's happened to it?
I was swimming in there like 3 days ago, and you know, it seemed all fine. And now it's an algae soup again.
The way we left the pool at the moment, it was a bit really, let's just see what happens with this sort of minimal amount of
it was.
Yeah. There's a massive amount of nutrients that got into that pool.
Yeah, I think the tap was left on. In fact, I know the tap was left on until a week ago.
Yeah,
and
that was going to be my next thing. Has it been constantly refilling the pool? Yeah. So that answers the question then.
Oh, why was the tap on then?
Because you're in charge of the pool and the tap, and you left it on.
No, I didn't. I don't even turn the tap on.
It's either live with the water that's in there, just obviously stop the water go, any more water.
Yeah, I've turned the tap off.
Either mechanically remove that algae and just think of that filamentous algae as really you know, mopping up those nutrients. But, you know, it's a lot of work to mechanically take it out.
Do you think, David, therefore we have to say that the algae is our friend? It's extracting nutrients, but we're going to have to work to get it out. Is that really? And when you say mechanical,
diving in and scooping it out.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right, Luke. You should look at that algae, that filamentous algae, as your friend.
Thank you, David. This is amazing. Come again. Well, I think you're going to have to, that's for sure.
Thanks, David.
Okay, thanks, David.
This is a pretty miserable job. Not so much the job, but it's pouring with rain. And I'm going to get soaked. But there we go, because we are at the last stage of getting this pool back together again. There's still some weed to go, but not too much. And I think what's happening is, as David said, the nutrients in the pool are being eaten up by all of the algae. And hopefully once we get this lot out, they won't come back. But most importantly, these islands need to be put back in their correct place because it all looks a bit of a mess. That is tethered, at least for now. Right, 3 down, more to go. No, don't take that one with you. It's supposed to go on your own. There we go. Tethered. Fantastic. Julie is going to be so pleased with me, I hope. Now, I'm slightly worried about this one because I can't see any chain. And we kind of need chain. There's a little bit here. Oh. That's done pretty well. There we go. Fabulous. Oh, Chris, just went straight in. Something like that. Oh God, just broken a bit of the 18th century pool. That's a disaster. Oh my goodness. Okay, just don't tell anyone. Just put it back. Right, last bit. Chris, how are you waterproof? Not that waterproof. No. Let's join these guys back up again. Okay, got that. Chris, what do you reckon?
It looks great.
It's a job done, isn't it? I think for today, we can call it job done. But clearly we've still got a bit of algae netting to do. But maybe I'll wait for Julie to come back and help me with that one. We are here today because there's some really exciting news. Nestor, have you heard the news?
Well, we have a sort of turtle in the pool, and we've just heard that he's been found. Well, spotted at least.
He's resurfaced. This is our pet turtle, Splurtle. And Splurtle was put into the pool so that he had a huge, lovely area to explore and to eat and to discover other parts of the estate that he could enjoy. But he vanished, and we thought Splurtle was no more, but he's just been spotted. So, Nestor, you must be excited for the return of Splurtle.
Well, that's it. That's only if we can find him.
This pool is looking magnificent. There is absolutely no algae at all. I mean, it's a rather kind of deep, dark brown colour. I'm not sure it's all that appetizing for swimming at the moment. Now, he was last spotted only a day ago just here. So he is alive and well, but the question is, where has he gone? Now, Nesta, these are old skimmers in here. They provide a bit of shelter. So
I think he's crawled in.
I think he could have crawled into one of these. Let's have a look. I have looked in here before, and there is absolutely no sign of a turtle. There's a lot of muck. Look at that.
Yeah, it's probably not doing its job.
It's not. No. They are defunct skimmers. Oh, come on, Splurtle, you've got to be here somewhere.
What do you reckon? Just like chuck it out?
Right, no. What, you're just going to randomly sprinkle and hope he comes to the surface?
Where are you going to put it then?
My cunning plan is to create a pile of food in the middle of one of those.
Yeah, that's a bad plan.
And then he comes up.
Yeah, but how is he going to know it's there if he's in the water?
Well, because he'll smell it.
Well, he won't smell it.
Well, I'll tell you what we could do. We could have a trail of food leading across from here over to there. Then he gets up, and then you reach down and you grab him. He might just come up on here.
This is just bird food.
Is it? Well, at least it's food. What's your food doing there then? What's the?
Well, Splurtle's going to be over there, and then he's going to smell it, and then he's going to come up, and I'm going to get him.
And the plan is what? You jump in and grab him at that point.
Exactly.
There is, of course, a net. Right, Nesta.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, my cunning plan.
Oh, you've got a problem with your whatever your cunning plan is, because I don't think he's going to fit in that.
He's not going to fit?
No.
What, because he's so big?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Of course he's going to fit in. Yeah, you've got to get him side on.
Well, are you going to ask him to do that?
No. The plan is, Nesta, you've sprinkled all this lovely food here.
Yeah.
You're just going to sit here.
I'm going to sit here.
Yeah, you're going to sit here. Just if you sit down, it's quite comfortable.
How that works.
Just sit here. Come on, just sit there. Go on.
It's comfortable.
Go on, go do that. Just sit there. Okay, just stay very still. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you hold on to that and it's already kind of down like that, just hold it there like that. Okay. Other hand too. You need two hands. Yeah. And just stay still like that.
And you're just going to go.
And what did you say?
And so
I'm just going to
leave.
go.
Right.
Then I think I've set the perfect trap. Nesta is there, very happy to be helping out with the Splurtle capture. And I'll come back in a couple of hours, I reckon. Stay warm.
Yeah.
I've come to swim my 2 minute, everybody. Also, I've heard that there's been a sighting of the turtle, so I brought him some food, and Nesta's still here.
Yeah, I've not had any luck yet. Have you brought me some food?
I didn't bring you any food. I brought Splurtle the turtle. Anyway, there was so much love and concern on our last video. If you haven't watched it, do check it out. Wondering if Luke had just left Nesta here, and he has.
I think I've set the perfect trap. Nesta is there, very happy to be helping out with the Splurtle.
Any sightings of him? Should I sort of... Oh my gosh, it's cold. I hope that he at least... I'm just looking into these little drains there. I hope that he at least goes underneath the... This is where I think he can get warmth. Is going underneath some of them that have big roots. So some of them that have big roots, do you think that that can warm him up?
Not so much, but it's a nice idea.
Anyway, okay, well, keep searching. Because it's getting quite cold and I only want to stay in here for 2 minutes. So hypothermia does not set in. Maybe he's on here. No. He could climb up here, couldn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, everybody. I might see him on the way back. Woo. Well, I'm feeling very energized. So that's a positive of swimming in this 18th century pool, which, to be fair, is looking really good. I'm actually quite pleased with how the moss is. But, Nesta, are you ready to come in?
If I'm allowed to.
Am I allowed to? Yes, you are. But no sighting of him, everybody. We'll keep you posted. You never know. He could rear his head at any moment, but I have put some good food in, so I feel good about that. All right, I've got to go warm up this child who's clearly been out here for 4 days and 4 nights. Not 40, 4.
Look who's been found. This is a great day for Mapperton because whilst draining the pool, Splurtle has been uncovered. Poor Nesta waited for days to try and find this little chap. There he was hiding under a planter and he's looking very happy, much bigger than he was before. And we're going to go put him in a really warm pool that we have in the house until that pool has been fully cleaned and refilled. But what a wonderful little chap he is. Splurtle, are you going to come out and say hi? Probably not, but he's in there and he's happy, and we're delighted to have our turtle back.
So now that Splurtle, our turtle, has been found, we can start to drain the pool, which takes hours, and I mean hours. With the plug pulled and the water level beginning to fall, the garden team can start to get the cleaning underway, and what a difference it makes. I mean, just look at the sides of the pool. Amazing. It looks so good that I can't wait to swim again come rain or shine or even snow. Well, it's nearly finished draining, not yet. And when it does get finished draining, Luke, I'm going to then sort of, you know, clean it a little bit.
Landa's done an
amazing job
of this bit.
Of this, just this bit. So we can get down in here, which is actually really nice just to see, you know, what it can look like.
I might even swim in this. Do you remember all the work that went into this? I mean, it was an astonishing job that we did. It's 2 years ago now, wasn't it?
It was interesting to look back at that time because we had that huge problem that the pool itself was leaking like through the side.
Yeah, there were actually
cracks.
Spurts of water, but it wasn't a leak going out. It was a leak coming in. The water from the water all around was actually pouring into the pool. And so that meant, I mean, the real problem, if you remember, was that we were getting so much water that had a very high level of nutrients, which was why we had this terrible algae problem.
Obviously, we had to repair this. We had to repair all of those cracks.
Because we had to stop all the other water coming in. This had to be watertight. And that was that huge job that we did with Andy.
Yeah.
And actually, I remember shoveling some cement myself.
Well, no, and I was helping to, we were all helping, cleaning and helping to repair. But what that did, everybody, was it stopped the water from coming in. But we still then had a problem of really a filtration system because this pool is a natural pool. We don't have
a sort of a...
There's no chlorine.
There's no chlorine, there's no sort of pump, if you like. So we had David then advise us, which was great, on these floating aquatic, plant aquatic islands that Raymond and I built together. And we chose sort of like water lilies, and what that does, which it really does work, is that the roots, you know, they were this big when we planted them, now they've gotten so big, and then the roots have gone all the way down, and they were the ones then drawing up the nutrients. So the pool definitely got better with, but it doesn't mean, it still means we have to clean it every year.
Yeah,
like what we're doing now.
We didn't clean it last year. This is the first year that we've cleaned it since then. And in theory, at some point, we will not have to clean it again. I'm afraid, Julie, it means we need more planters. Are you up for building some more?
Well, this is what I think. So, I mean, look at how clean it is right now. I think what we're hoping, everybody, is that there does come a point that we actually don't have to drain and clean it every year because it takes so long. I mean, this has taken so long to drain.
Yeah.
And then to fill the pool back up, and we're still not done, to fill the pool back up, it takes 2 weeks. So it takes 2 weeks to fill this pool back up, and that's a lot of time.
You're missing out on your morning swims at the moment. How does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not as energized.
And
so
also,
yeah,
somebody has lost their home, but of course, he's been found.
So we're going to answer your question right now.
Is back.
Is back. But also, this will be his permanent home. So as soon as this is filled, we are going. He loves it in here, doesn't he?
He was having the best time.
He's big, isn't he?
And I think he maybe helps with the nutrient balance. What do you think? He's like nibbling away little bits of algae.
But don't you think when you found him, how big he's become?
He's huge. I mean, they say that fish and turtles respond to the size of their environment. He must have just been eating so much good stuff.
Honestly, he has doubled in size from being here.
Maybe we just need 10 turtles.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Planted.
Let us know down below in the comments down below if you think that we should just get more splurtles, the terrapin turtle in here.
It can definitely fit a few more.
It can definitely fit a few more.
But you might find yourself bumping into some other people on your swims.
Anyway, I think that this looks so much better, but I would like to get to that point that we don't have to drain it every year and clean it every year.
Yeah.
And that, so going back to your question on do we do more aquatic islands, I think we've got enough aquatic islands, but I think we possibly might think, Luke, and let us again know down in the comments down below, of putting underwater planters with reeds, which I think is what we're missing, and we talked about that with David.
David absolutely wants us to do that. It just needs somebody to build them and create them, and you're very good at that.
I could do that.
I'll help. Do you want me to help?
I'll do it with Raymond. I'll do it with Raymond. So wow. So anyway, a little bit more to go to drain, and then we'll put the plug on and watch it fill.
And we'll bring Spurtle back, and he will be just overjoyed as he jumps back in.
We'll film that for everybody when we bring Splurtle back in. Well, it will be like his inaugural this year, 2024.
His inaugural splash.
His inaugural splash, exactly. Finally, the pool is empty, but a lot more power washing, scrubbing, and getting all that muck out is needed to make it shine once again. Not only am I super excited to swim in here again, but Splurtle will certainly be looking forward to his new clean home. This is one of my favorite things to be a part of because I do still swim in the pool. First and foremost though, these have done well. Raymond and I built these floating aquatic plant islands to help to draw up the nutrients so we wouldn't have as much algae. And I think they're doing their job. What do you think?
I think they're a good help.
They're a good help, yeah. So it's not as crystal clear as we would like it to be.
No.
And maybe we might think of other ways to put reeds down or something underwater. But for now, you know, they're doing all right. I think, and you've just pruned them, haven't you?
Let's cut back all the dead and can weed through.
Yeah.
All ready to go next year?
Yeah, it looks like I can put something in here.
We've lost a couple, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So the question is, when are we planning to fill the pool back up?
As soon as we're done, really, 'cause it takes, depending on the water supply, it can take 2 weeks.
But there was a bit of a problem, wasn't there, Landa?
Yeah, the final drain plug, we could not shift it.
So, right, because usually I've pulled the plug before and it was hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
So what did you do in the end?
Well, that one came out eventually,
Yeah.
but it's got the second one down there.
Yes.
For the final drain.
Yes.
And we could not shift that, so we put a handle on it.
Oh, okay. Much easier. Well done. Okay, great. All right, well, let's get down. Lovely and clean. And power washing has been done.
Would you like to just finish off the last?
Oh, yeah. So
Yep.
I'm just going to shove this in here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, great. And this is it, everybody. It's the end. We feel that every other year is enough, don't we? To clean it. We don't have to do it every year, do we?
It would be easier. There'd be less crud. There'd be less crud if we did it every year, but.
Yeah. Well, I think it was COVID that kind of set us back from doing it. Wow, look at this. I'm sure I'm doing this rubbishly, but it does just look so much cleaner. We start to open up to the public, everybody, in a month's time. So this is a high priority task. This last bit. You know, I am quite meticulous in my ways. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get it all under. Hold on. Oh, found a penny. Wait, found a penny. Where did it go? Find a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck. Wait a minute, it's €1. I mean, do I have to be perfect on this? Yes?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Or are you just waiting for me to get done? I just want to get all the grime out. Okay, that's done. That side's done. This side's almost done. And then I feel like I've done it. Okay. I mean, I didn't get that, but that's fine. All right, now I'm going to put the drain on as soon as I get this through. What do we think, Susie? Landa, fine?
Good.
Perfect. Okay,
Yep.
fine. Okay, great. Here's that. And I'll take that. And then what, I just bang it in?
Gently.
Gently, okay. Okay. This one, yeah?
Yep.
Wait, it's still going out. Does it matter? or
No, that's fine.
Okay. Push it in.
Yep. And just push it in, tap it home.
Okay. Yeah, I think you might have to come down here.
Okay.
Sorry. I just don't want to mess this up. I just don't think I think it's at the bottom. Hold on, hold on. Do you see? Okay, that's what it is, that's done. Okay, okay. Now. Okay. Too much?
That was good. I think that's all right. It's not running anymore.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay. And you think that that's it? So wow. Okay, everybody. And that is the end of this year's draining and cleaning the pool.